All right, let's make sure we've got that in there. These platforms ain't acting right, folks. So just making sure that we are up on Facebook and YouTube. Twitter is kind of a stepchild, really, or X, whatever it's called. But things weren't lining up. Maybe they already reported the post. They might have already reported the post to make sure that I can't go live. So just so y'all know, this is going to be a little different than what I normally do tonight, because I'm going to have a lot of pre-recorded audio. Okay. I'm going to have a lot of pre-recorded audio. Right now, I'm literally sharing 2 spaces. And one of the things that I'm going to start doing is basically giving a heads up as to what's about to come. And tonight, we are going to have a discussion on several things. Tonight's going to be a good night. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break some things down on the national side, and I'm going to break some things down on the local side. As the villager, I owe it to the village to break things down on the local side. You can see the thumbnail there. And the thumbnail, it's a cooker in the background. It's a big cooking kettle. And there's actually 3 individuals inside the kettle. And because they threatened me, yes, they threatened me, because they threatened me and had an attorney reach out to me, I had to cover their faces up with the person that they were causing a whole bunch of rigmarole for yesterday. I'm going to break down what type of rigmarole that was, because y'all know I don't like rigmarole. But if rigmarole presents itself, I'm going to face the rigmarole the way I always face rigmarole. And these individuals decided to speak negatively about me, to me, talking about mansplaining, telling me I didn't know how to use the internet. I think I know how to use the intrawebs quite well. I'm not sure exactly what they were talking about. I'm pretty good with these intrawebs. I'm not great. There's some things that I'm great at, but I'm not great at the internet. But I can do what I can do with these intrawebs. What's going on, Free? Appreciate you dropping in with the hashtags early. We are indeed on deck. Appreciate that right there. Yeah, we cooking tonight, Free. We cooking it. I hope, get your libations, folks. Get you a little snack or dinner, whatever. We gonna be here for a while, so you might want to listen up a little bit and then stop and then come back. You might not be able to cook with us all night, because I totally understand this thing gonna get long tonight. It's gonna get long because I'm taking my time tonight. There's no need of me rushing nothing tonight. And besides that cooker in the background, in the foreground, right in the center, is the new Ypsilanti police chief, Kirk Moore, coming out of Henderson, Nevada, by way of Tennessee, by way of New Orleans. We're going to break it all down. So, all right, you snacked up good. So because I need you on deck the whole time, making sure you see what I don't see in the chat. So if you on Facebook, that's cool. If you on YouTube, that's cool. If you on Twitter, that's a surprise. So I appreciate you. But let me go on and make sure I got all the shares in here. I got to get the tea room in there. We're going to put Ann Arbor politics in there, even though they might not want it in there, because I'm not going to be specifically speaking about Ann Arbor, but I'm going to be speaking about a sheriff candidate of the county, and Ann Arbor is in the county. So hopefully they like this part too, because all I'm doing is clearing some air. That's all I'm doing is clearing some air. Because once you come at me, you pollute my air. And I've got to clear that air because I don't dwell in polluted air. So we're going to talk about those in the kettle. In the kettle, we're gonna talk about those. Yeah, that cow, I wasn't gonna cover that cow's face up. If y'all think y'all see a cow in the picture inside the kettle, yeah, y'all know I don't eat meat no more. All right, y'all know I don't mess with that beef, right? But that's okay. That cow's face wasn't getting covered up because see, the cow ain't represented. Who's behind that cow is represented by the lawyer. What's his name? Conti. Yeah, he called me and he disrupted my day enough to make sure I was going to let him know, yes, I'm going to talk about you today. As a litigator, he should have had something better to do than to mess with me this afternoon. But since he came at me and wanted to tell me what type of consequences I was going to go under if his client had any harm done to her, I'm like, are you serious? They get on these platforms and get to talking greasy, get to talking slick, get to talking downright wicked. And then they want to run and go get an attorney. Oh, I got an attorney too. Come on, dog. You ain't the only person with an attorney. I got an attorney too. Come on, man. You consult with yours, I consult with mine. Are they paying you or are you doing it pro bono? Or do they just give you like free cow's milk? What do they give you? What do they give you for your services? I really need to know. They on some shit, but then when I come back, now they want to get off that shit. They did that fragile white woman thing. That's okay, because I've dealt with fragile white women before. And I'm going to deal with them again tonight. So yes, what's up, Donald LaFloria? You saw that? You saw that? Okay. Uh-oh, we got some people in here. Big bad man scared of being held accountable. Absolutely not, Sandy. Absolutely. I like to be held accountable. And I was accountable because y'all came on my post, my very innocent post, me posting a picture of a friend of mine and me at Spartan Stadium, and then a friend of his and me at Spartan Stadium, and then a picture of the Michigan band, a picture of the scoreboard, and I left a little caption saluting him as a candidate for sheriff in Washtenaw County. And y'all wanted to come at me because I said his opponents have little to no experience. I'm sorry, I said minimal. I didn't say little, I said minimal. And I held it down with what I said. I said minimal. And they do have minimal compared to the candidate that they're running against, whose name is Ken McGee. But Ken's name ain't going to get in this mud tonight because Ken doesn't endorse this because I didn't ask Ken to endorse this. As a matter of fact, people out of his camp done apologize for me catching heat from Dyer's minions. You know, Taylor Swift got the Swifties and Beyonce got the Beehive. So I guess Alicia Dyer got the Dyer Hards. Well, they gonna die hard on this sword tonight. Because you should have kept your mouths shut. You should have kept your fingers off your QWERTY boards. You should have left me the fuck alone. I'm way too petty for you to be fucking around with me. But yes, we're going to talk about Chief Kirk Moore. See, I thought I forgot about talking about the chief. Now, I had to address some things there. Somebody talking about, I don't want to be held accountable. Oh, I'm a mansplain tonight. Ain't that what y'all said? He up here mansplaining. What they do, Free? What they do? Yeah. I am a man. And I'm going to explain. So you run them together and I'm going to mansplain. What y'all want me to do? Bitch splain? Like y'all bitch splaining. And then when I kick back, when you get a little rebuttal, then you, oh, no. Or you play that damsel in distress. Run into Conti. Okay, Conti. Conti, you in here tonight too? You listening, Conti? I already told you I ain't gonna spit nothing but truth. That's all I ever spit is truth. We talk shit and swallow spit. That's what we do up in here. And the truth is going to set us free. But it's gonna lock somebody's ass up tonight. We also gonna talk about Katt Williams. Yeah, but no. I salute the brother for what he said, but I go a little deeper with mine. So, what he said was correct. What he said was needed to be said, especially from his comedic sector, because we got so many people out here that just don't really understand. But the way he said it, probably didn't need it that way. I really don't want Pat sitting next to Dr. Darity, in the halls of justice when we looking for that quest. When we get that court date, don't put Katt up there with Dr. Darity, because he's probably not ready for showtime on the reparation stage, but we appreciate him nonetheless. And of course, I haven't really chimed in on Cesar and Envy, the hip hop Ponzi scheme that is allegedly. But I'm going to talk about why we trust people like this. Why do we trust people like this? Not just light-skinned, it's because they light-skinned, and you don't light-skinned people to get out here and do some dumb shit. But it's not just about trusting light-skinned. It ain't even just about trusting fat people, because you got to trust some fat people. I mean, hell, I'm fat. You can trust me. But Cesar's a different kind of fat. Cesar's the kind of fat that he swindles people out of money for houses that aren't really for sale, and he gets Uber Eats delivered several times a day with that same money. Allegedly. So yes, they are the hip-hop scammers coming from the #1 hip-hop radio show in the country. DJ Envy, boy, you about to start selling some of them damn cars, Envy. You done fucked up the church's money. Your wife already said she don't get off. Now she about to get off. You better hope Tyrese don't call. Yeah, you better hope Tyrese don't call. So I'm going to do some house cleaning real quick because we smoking on that dire supporter pack tonight. That's what we going to smoke on. We're going to smoke on that dire supporter pack tonight. And we got so much other stuff to talk about. So don't think I'm going to jump right into the dire situation. I'm not in dire need to jump into that situation. So we're not going to jump right into the dire supporter situation right off the bat. We're going to do some other things first. But before we do anything, there ain't no way that I can start this joint without the intro. So I got to start it with the intro. And just so y'all know, uh-oh, my volume's turned down on my audio and stuff. Let's do it again. Let's act like I didn't do that. Let's act like I didn't mess up. And just so y'all know,
it ain't over, motherfuckers. It ain't over, motherfuckers.
Your ass is next. Your ass is next.
Did you say nigga?
Y'all wanna see that body?
Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Your ass is next.
Yeah. Indeed. I might as well just end with that one or start with that one. Am I ending? Am I starting? Don't know if I'm coming or I'm going. You know? Because I told you, we smoking on the Dire Supporter Pack tonight. It's been a minute since we smoked on somebody's pack, but we gonna do that tonight because the big bad man is being held accountable. Say hello to the bad guy. I don't know what's wrong with these people out here, man. Why do they mess with people like me? I was minding my own business, and here they come. Here they come. Y'all too fragile to be in this space. Let me just let you know, I am the villager on deck for a reason. Y'all too fragile to be in this space. And when you come into this space and you want to speak full-throated about shit, and when I kick back, I kick all the way. All right. I don't kick and try to hit you in the shin. I try to kick and hit you in the sternum with my words. And that's what I did yesterday. I kicked you right in the breastplate. And then you're going to run and go get Conti? Come on, guy. I take threats very seriously. Somebody say they're going to do something to you. You better believe they might. Yeah, I take it very seriously. Just like y'all should be taken serious about what I'm going to say tonight about the person that you support. I don't spread falsehoods about anybody. I don't need to. I'm that good. I'm that good. I'm that good where I don't need to lie to make myself look better. Some people need to lie to make themselves look better. And that's okay. Do what you do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. but you came fucking with me, and now you done stepped in. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. I'm ready, Free. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get it. So like I said, we're going to walk this down slowly. There ain't no need for me to jump right into this message with the dire stew. We're going to let the dire stew continue to cook. The dire stew is cooking. You know what I'm saying? It's cooking in there. No, this ain't no joke. This is very serious. I don't know who you are. This is very serious. So sit back, P. Fields. I'm not sure who you are. I've never seen your name in the chat before. I've never seen Sandy's name in the chat before. So y'all must be new. Pull back. Get yourself some libations or a lighter. Only joke here is Shannon. Yeah, that's me, the joke. Okay. Keep talking. Y'all think y'all distracting me. I'm not even close to even being focused right now. This isn't even like foreplay for the message. Please understand it. Y'all think y'all throwing me off, distracting me, saying goofy shit. That's dumb. You have any, because when I feel like locking you out mentally, I'll do that. I'll just stay with the message. I don't care what goes on. There we go. Dire 2024. That's what I need from y'all. I need her staunch supporters up in here tonight. I do. I need her staunch supporters up in here tonight. Just because I'm serious about who she is and why we're here tonight. Absolutely. You know, she reached out. And I reached back. I have absolutely nothing against Alicia Dyer as a person, even as a sheriff candidate. Nothing. Alicia Dyer and I have what? We had coffee last October, year ago this month. Talked for about 3 hours in Starbucks. I don't have any issues with Alicia. But the problem is that Alicia's people got a problem with me. Get in line. Get in line. Back there. You go back there. Go on, get. It's a long line of people that got a problem with me. So get in line. Just like I tell folks that come over to this country that want to jump the line. No, get in line. Go on back there. Go on, get. And right now, people that's getting their paperwork right in the States, they get to move in front of you. As a Dyer supporter, you get behind them because they doing the right thing by trying to get their paperwork right. What you're doing is a distraction. You're obstructionist. You're fragile ass folks. Oh, man, I didn't even realize. So I still got the Saudi die on. You know I don't wear the Saudi die when I come up. That's not good. So what we gonna do is we gonna talk first about these clowns. Yeah. Mr. Cesar and DJ Envy. We're only going to talk briefly about them, and I have no audio about them. The main thing that I have to talk about these clowns is they fooled a lot of people. I'm hearing crazy numbers. I mean, somewhere it could be anywhere between 50 and $100 million, I guess, in property that they scammed people out of. That is nuts to me. And they said that this fool, Cesar, the one on the left, the portling one, everybody know who DJ Envy is, or DJ Ponzi scheme, as they're calling him now. The dude on the left was using the money, allegedly, that he's scamming people out of to get Uber Eats delivered all day, multiple times a day. I mean, he does look like he would order Uber Eats multiple times a day. He's a fat fucker. Yeah, he's a fat fucker. And he looks like see, this is the other thing. Look at what he's doing. He's holding his hand like he's giving DJ Envy some keys. What you giving him keys to? A cell? A cell? What you giving him a key to? That must be to your cell, Cesar Leo. Oh, maybe you're giving him a key to your Uber Eats lunchbox. I mean, this clown has literally scammed people out of life savings, out of their 401ks, their pension monies. People done liquidated their stocks, mortgaged their homes to pull money out of their homes to get to this clown to buy properties, and they have nothing to show for it. And DJ Envy was the spark because he used his platform with iHeartMedia. And I heard there's an opening at iHeartMedia. Maybe I'll apply. I have a little bit of a radio experience. Maybe I'll apply. I don't know how Charlemagne the God would get along with me, but hey, if Envy could do it, anybody can do it. Because this fool, he's probably like the Mel Tucker of radio now. He blew the bag. He blew the biggest bag. He's already in a situation where they're looking at him and they raided the iHeart Studios. They raided the iHeart Studios. Look at the harassment in my chat. Watch for defamation. Already could be sued. Fruh. I don't know. Is that for real? You acronym niggas out here. Is it because y'all can't spell, the reason y'all use all the acronyms now? Because you really can't spell? Y'all like using acronyms. See, I'm from the generation that can spell. P Fields. What's the P stand for? Please don't start making me call you out. But anyways, so yeah, they're in a situation right now where Cesar's been arrested. I would anticipate Envy's going to have a mugshot real soon, but they walking this thing down slow because people are still continually coming forward. And the more people that come forward, the crazier the case is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a RICO case. It's just, I mean, come on, man. How could it not be? This is criminal enterprise all day long. And Envy done let this fool get him involved with something that he never even needed to go near. Envy's making like 2 to 3 million at the breakfast show alone. Before he touched any real estate, before he flipped any cars, he was making over $2 million a year at the Breakfast Club. That's not appearances. That's just his salary. And then to get in bed with this biscuit eating motherfucker, this is going to not only ruin his reputation, it's going to ruin his reputation. He's going to lose the iHeart gig, which fuels everything else. How's he going to get his message out if he doesn't have the iHeart gig? He's not. Ain't that many people coming to Envy car shows. Obviously, he won't be doing the real estate anymore, so that's another tentacle that he loses. And as far as being an actual DJ, like a wooka 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 DJ, I don't really think he's that anymore. Like that. Maybe. I don't know. But either way, him and Cesar.
Buttermilk biscuits. I enjoy it.
Yeah. They about to be eating them biscuits. Or they're going to be like the dude in Life. You gonna eat your cornbread? I know Envy giving his cornbread up. He go to jail. He giving his cornbread up. He ain't fighting nobody for no cornbread. Now Cesar might fight. Cesar might fight for his cornbread. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's in store for any type of caloric deficiencies. He wants all the cornbread. Yeah, dog. It got him. It got him, Kelvin. Good to see you, bro. I mean, all he had to do was be straight freight out here and get the money. He gets in bed with an obvious criminal. Obvious criminal. And I'm not sure exactly how they met, other than the fact that Cesar was probably out there trying to promote his shit. And Envy was like, yeah. What you talking about? Because Envy, I think, was already flipping houses. I think he was already in the real estate game. And then Cesar comes along and then they partnered up. I remember years back, and maybe actually could have been with Cesar. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention. If I'm checking out the Breakfast Club, it's for a specific interview. I don't really listen to their breaks. They're not that interesting. So unless it's a specific interview that I want to hear, and I generally don't catch it live, I usually see it on YouTube. So I had seen a couple times that Cesar had been on there, but he doesn't hold my attention. And I saw scam. You know, I just see scam. And there's certain things that you should look at as scams, because I've been involved in stuff like this. When I was younger, we used to go to those seminars, pay $50, pay $100 to go to a seminar. You know, it wasn't about flipping houses. It was about other shit. And that's the bag. That was the whole bag. They want that $50 fee. Then you get in there, then you buy a book, you know, and then there's all kinds of shit. Before you know it, you done spend $150, $200 and you've got nothing really out of it but some time, some free coffee, maybe some free pastries, but you really don't get anything out of these seminars. Nothing that you couldn't find for free, either in the books or just going to a real estate agent. But in these types of situations, a lot of people, they weren't even desperate. They had real bread. They were just trying to flip it because Cesar's talking about 30, 40, 50% returns on their money within a year. Just ridiculously untruthful stats. Untruthful stats. And like I said, we ain't going to stay on this all night. We don't have to. This thing is all over the internet. Everybody's seen this. So I don't really need to spend a lot of time on, what did you say, P? This is embarrassing for you. What's embarrassing? I'm not sure exactly. P. Fields is a total obstructionist. Dire for 2024. Stick with what you know. Dire for 2024. For real. Stick with that. Do Dire for 24 FR. For real. Yeah. You're showing your ignorance, P. Fields. You're showing your ignorance. And that's not really difficult to do. But, you know, you are who you are. So just to let you, I'm back. I'm back. I got the straight game on. I started it with the Saudi Da, and that, you know, I don't stream with the Saudi Da on, you know, because Saudi Da don't pay me no money. But straight game, you know, we rock with the straight game. We stay branded. Free, what's wrong with P. Fields? What's wrong with P. Fields? I don't know. But I tell you what.
Your ass is next.
P. Fields. For real, for real. Like for real. Boy, y'all coming up with some original shit tonight. Y'all coming up with some original ones. Are y'all writing these jokes? Y'all writing these jokes? I tell you what, if you writing jokes, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call up Katt Williams. Because if you writing jokes, Katt Williams probably wants to hear your talent. You know what I'm saying? Show him your shtick. You know what I'm saying? Katt's probably looking to sign somebody to Katt Williams Entertainment. Y'all got jokes tonight. And I'm glad you got jokes tonight. Because you got jokes. But I got limericks. and lyrics. Y'all know the difference? Y'all know the difference between limericks and lyrics? Look it up. Look it up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch gears here, because what it is, Katt Williams has been speaking on reparations in his routine. And y'all know where I'm at with the reparations movement. And I've looked at entertainers very, very shallow. Very, very shallow. Sorry about that. I don't take them serious a lot of times. And it's okay, because they're entertainers. We're not supposed to take entertainers seriously. They're supposed to entertain us. See, that's the problem. A lot of y'all take entertainers too seriously, and y'all be believing this shit. You know, y'all be getting into these Batman movies and Spider-Man movies and Star Wars movies. Y'all be believing that shit. Y'all really be living that shit. You know, y'all really be thinking like there be spaceships up in the sky, you know, and I mean, you worry me. You really concern me sometimes. Now, I'm not talking about the people that's like really into the lifestyle and they go to the Comic-Cons and all that stuff, because I'm actually thinking about going to the Comic-Con this year. There's supposed to be some folks like from my childhood at these Comic-Cons, and I want to check them out. You know, I got a couple partners that go to the stuff, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll go, because I want to see some of these people before they check out. You know, some of these, you know, child stars that grew up and they come to these Comic-Cons and stuff like that. You know, be cool to check it out, you know. But Katt's been talking about reparations lately, and everybody's been playing the little sound bite that he put out recently, most recently. And I get it. I totally understand it. I like that he's in the space, in the mental space, to understand reparative justice for American freedmen. I get it. I appreciate Katt on that, because a lot of entertainers won't touch it. So I can respect Katt for doing that. But what I found was I see that everybody is posting the cleaned up version. And that works because it gets the point across as to what Katt is doing. He's calling for reparations, and he's doing it, you know, the way he talks. Katt's got a certain, you know, verbiage that he uses, certain style, certain vernacular. But it's not coming across probably as well received with some, because of the way he's using it and who he's using it in front of. Excuse me. What's the eyes for, Free? Oh, shoot. Y'all still talking. Better jokes than you'll ever have. Boy, I tell you. Y'all like sitting down, y'all putting y'all pens to paper. Y'all putting y'all pens to paper with these responses. There you go, Dyer 2024. Dyer 2024. I told Alicia she had minions out here looking out for her. I told her she had minions out here looking out for her. That's good. Support your candidate. Just don't say shit about mine. When I don't say shit about yours, don't say shit about mine. And when I say correct things about your candidate, stand down and take it in the face. What's that next one? But you'll always be the biggest joke of all. Really? Nice hat, my guy. Thank you. I appreciate it. I wear it every time I come up. Glad to have you here tonight. This hat's been around for what, 3 years now? 4 years? We got them in all different colors, camouflage. Oh yeah. So people bored. They are, man. Maybe I'm boring, man. Maybe I'm boring. Because I'm not the most exciting person. I'm a very methodical person, but I'm not the most exciting individual. But I'm thorough as a motherfucker. I'm thorough. Claims other people can't spell. You don't know what the term straight is? You illiterate bitch. You don't know what the term straight is? It means channeled. And the word game is another word for energy. Straight game means channeled energy. Ho. That's what straight game is. I don't need a G in my straight. I am the G. I don't need a H in my straight, because that's for the hate. Yo hating ass, bitch. The fuck out of here. You come at the king, you bet not miss, monkey. So, where are we at tonight? That's not how English works. Bitch, look up in Merriam-Webster and look at S-T-R-A-I-T. That's not how English works, you illiterate bitch. Did you have an IEP? Or you straight special ed? Were you on that bus with only 6 seats on it? You stupid motherfucker. I already told y'all come up here tonight. Y'all going in the cooker. God damn it. Y'all going in the motherfucking cooker. You wasn't in the cooker. Now you going in the cooker, P. Fields. Now you going in the cooker, Sandy. Sandy. I bet you are Sandy. I bet you your ankles as rusty as a motherfucker. Don't y'all have men or women or somebody that you could be like playing with right now? Because you playing with me and I'm playing with you. But like I said, I stay focused. They just bored. They just bored. Donald, they bored. And you're running for sheriff? No, I'm not running for sheriff. No, I'm not running for sheriff. But the person that I support, he's running for sheriff. And he's got more policing experience than Alicia Dyer has years on this planet. And we've talked about that. Go back and check the content, ho. We ain't new to this. You new here, so you don't know. You kind of dumb. You kind of stupid. You kind of slow. But we're going to get you straight tonight. We're going to get you straight tonight. We treat all dumb bitches the same.
Your ass is next.
So Katt Williams been speaking on reparations. And it's a good thing, like I said. But I did not like the way he brought it. And I'm going to play the clip that a lot of people have heard. So keep in mind, I realize I got some white folks in here. I got some white folks, I got some Caucasians, and I got some crackers. There may even be a couple Peckerwoods in here. White folks are fine. Caucasian people, y'all good. But when you get into being crackers, then we have problems. Clara Davis, who has more experience than... Hey, Clara Davis, how you doing? Clara Davis, one of the candidates, has 33 years worth of policing experience, executive level, been the chief of police at University of Michigan, was a DEA agent. Man was a police officer and a fireman at the same time. And he did all of that longer than Alicia's been on the planet. But I appreciate your question. Maybe you really didn't know. His name is Ken McGee. Look it up. You ain't seen none of my posts before, Clara? It's okay. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in tonight, Clara. Because, see, this post really ain't even against. That is who I am supporting. Yes, Clara. I am supporting Ken McGee. And I'm not here to condemn Alicia. Like I said, me and Alicia, I don't have a bone to pick with Alicia. It's Alicia's Dyers that I have an issue with. People that come to me disrespectfully get turned away disrespectfully. You know, they say respect begets respect. Well, disrespect gets you the fuck out my face. I was not disrespecting anybody when I put this post up. And we're going to get to that as soon as we talk about Katt. Claire, we're going to be in here for a minute. So if you got something to do, if you cooking or maybe washing some clothes, I'm not going to be talking about specifically with the situation with the Dyer supporters. They're in the stew pot right now. And we're going to pull them out the stew pot in due time. They're going to be good and tender when they're ready to come out. And I'll break down why we here tonight talking about this situation. But I appreciate you coming in, and you definitely welcome to stay and listen to the content because it's fire. It's all truthful. And really right now, it looks like P. Fields and Sandy are the only haters in the room. If there's others, I'd please like you to have to come down and say something in the chat so I know you're here. Don't just be invisible haters. Come on out. I need you. I need to see you. Put your heads out so we can whack them all. Why I got to be cooking and washing clothes? I don't know, Claire. I'm just, if you wanted to be doing, don't you cook? Don't you wash clothes? I just don't want to hold your time if you here for the Alicia Dyer situation. Dr. Cynthia, how you doing tonight? People do other things when they listen to me, Clara, because sometimes I'm on here for a long time, and I literally don't like to hold people up. I'd rather you be moving about doing your thing. You know, I totally get it. Like I said, I come from the broadcasting realm, so I know that when DJs are on the radio, they know everybody just not sitting there. It's not like 1955 where people just sit and listen to the radio. They do the same thing. They drive, you know. They wash clothes, they cook, they could be at work. It could be anywhere. It could be doing anything. I don't expect anybody to be sitting right by, like it's like the old-fashioned transistor radio and everybody's around the table listening. Nah, it's not that situation. Just listening at this point. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Claire. Dr. Cynthia, they came out tonight. They came out. And, you know, it is what it is. Hold my hammer. So Katt has talked about reparations to the point where he's got me interested in what he's saying. So what I want to do is I want to play the clip that everybody likes to use on their cast right now. And I knew Dyer on patrol. She was cool. Congratulations. I'm going to play this clip because everybody else has played it. So for the people who haven't heard it, I'll play what you're probably going to hear if you watch other casts and you haven't heard it yet. And then I'm going to play the clip that he got this clip from, because this is really his routine. But then I've got the clip that he did when he was just practicing his routine. I don't particularly like either. The only thing that I do like is that Katt is speaking up for American freedmen. He's speaking up for descendants of slaves. The fact that he said it's time to get paid, I can rock with that. So salute Brother Katt Williams. And here's the clean cut.
Because we have a chance now. We're only months away from 2024. We could do some shit that's never been done in history, and it will be easy. We could get rid of racism once and for all as a country, just because we bigger than that, and we don't need to be dealing with that shit in 2024. We can do it now. White people, we gonna need y'all. Look at white people. What? Yeah, so I don't talk about political shit because sometimes my viewpoints change as I get more information. This is one of those situations. I didn't used to believe in this, but now I do. White people, I want you to hear it from me in front of black people. And I in no way speak for all black people, but I do speak for all niggas. And you're not supposed to know the difference. So, okay, so here it is. White people, it's now time for black people to get paid reparations for everything that black people have been through in this country. Let's pay those reparations. Look at white people. What? Okay, white people, I know you're wondering, why now? Why, Katt? Why now? Why? Why? Well, here's the thing, white people, and I'm being honest with you. As black people, we've never said this in history, but it's time for us to get reparations. Black people, it's our money, and when do we need it? You see that, white people? We didn't even rehearse that. That's how badly black people need this money. Like, every one of us needs this. And white people, you need it too. You need it too. Aren't you ready to get this racism shit past us? Like, no white person in here has ever had a slave a day in your life. Don't you want to get this the fuck off of you? Pay those motherfucking reparations. Listen here, white people. We just gave $300 billion to Ukraine.
So it's a funny bit that he does during his routine, but it's serious. He's actually serious. He's being Katt Williams serious, and everybody's got it on their streams now, right? Everybody's got it on their streams, so that's cool. That's the clipped up version, but I'm going to run back the version how he got to the clipped up version. And like I said, I don't approve. I tell Katt in his face, I don't approve of either one, but I understand, because I understand Katt and I understand his routine and I understand his shtick. But the first one was really just him rehearsing it. So you heard that. And they're both about the same length, but the way he tightened it up, it was beautiful. Shout out to anybody that's coming in the room. I'm seeing the numbers fluctuate, you know. So I know P Fields is here, and I know Sandy is here. I think Claire is still listening. Dr. Cynthia's in the house. Free's in here. Brother Calvin, I believe, was in here. Don't know if he's still in here. But you know, there's a few of you in here. Okay. But I'm gonna run back the actual skit that got him to that party that I just played, because he did a whole lot of ad-libbing and then he tightened it up. You just heard the tightened up version. So that was Katt's skit. Now we're going to go with basically Katt practicing. This Dyer supporter pack. Pretty decent. Pretty decent.
I'm not going to talk about politics no more, because all my shit done changed. Way I used to feel don't mean that's how the fuck I feel now. Like, as a black person, I finally want motherfucking reparations now. It is now time for reparations. Look at white people. Yes. Sorry, white people. As a nigga, we didn't never say nothing about reparations. We didn't know y'all had it like that. America handled a bunch of shit around the world. They got a lot of bills. But now wait a motherfucking minute. We done gave $300 billion to the Ukraine. And nobody in here has ever had Ukrainian food. No. It's reparations time. As a nigga, it's our money. And when do we need it? We didn't even rehearse that. That's how badly we need it. It's our money, we need it now. White people, we will take soul food and basketball out of this country so motherfucking fast. You'll be left with the 12 herbs and spices of the Christmas. Keep fucking with niggas like this. The white people, here's the truth. They won't tell you this. Don't y'all want this slavery shit off you? Nobody in this slave. White people, let's get that off y'all once and for all. Here's what I will tell you, white people. You pay that reparations, you can say nigger anytime you want to. You hear me? You can pay that reparations and see what happens.
Don't listen to that last part, okay? I mean, some of y'all probably actually laughed at, the skit, but that last part, don't listen to that last part. Because when it does actually happen, when the United States government comes to its senses and understands that this country can never be right until we are repaired, as they've repaired every other ethnic background that's hit this soil, don't ever think because we good that you can call us niggers. That's how. That's how. There's absolutely nothing in this world that you could give me to give you full autonomy to call me a nigger. Sorry. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, well, Shannon, you use the word. You know what? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about me using it. And I'm not gonna break down A, and I'm not gonna break down AH, and I'm not gonna break down UH, and I'm not gonna break down hard ER. Just don't try it. Okay? I'm trying to protect y'all. Y'all call the wrong person that, and y'all gonna end up in traction. Okay, don't let nobody get repaired and then you call them that and you end up in the ER. Don't do it. But I appreciate Brother Katt. I appreciate him stepping up as an entertainer, as a hooligan, as somebody who really doesn't have to do things like that because he makes his money telling jokes. He makes his money telling jokes. So that's a good thing. But he got serious. He got serious for a moment, and I can respect the brother when he gets serious. I can respect the sister when she gets serious. You can be an entertainer, but if you get serious, I'm going to listen to you. You talking right, I'm going to listen to you. If you want some clown shit, I'm going to listen to you. Eventually, I'll tune you out. But I'll listen to you initially just so I can get your game and see where you coming from, like Sandy and P. Fields. I listened to them. I was reading their shit. And they probably gonna state some more shit later in the stream. Because, that's who her people are. That's who Alicia Dyer's supporters are. But that's okay. It's a long campaign. It's all we gotta go all the way to August. If they think I'm where I'm at right now, wait till we go through the winter and then we start taking off clothes again and get to the spring. That's what I'm gonna really be digging in y'all chest. Right now, look, man. Look, this is cruise control. This is cruise control. I'm not even that. Look, I had the Saudi dial on. I didn't even have a straight game on when I got on. You see how serious I am with this? Come on, man. That whole part. You already know, Free. You already know where I'm at with this. And when we get people that are in here talking that shit, sometimes I got to run it out. I don't know anybody with the endurance. Oh, it's one of the moderators from Ypsilanti discussion. Hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy? What'd you say there? I know Alicia Dyer. I have worked with Alicia Dyer. Alicia Dyer is a friend of mine. Alicia Dyer does the work, has done the work, will do the work. Nice. Hey, I have no doubt about that, Mark. Like I said, I don't have anything. Are you just getting here, Mark? Are you just getting here? Were you not here for the first 59 minutes and 51 seconds before you made that statement? How long have you been here? Did you hear me when I said I didn't have anything against Alicia Dyer? I appreciate you making that statement, brother. I appreciate you approving my post when I put things up that you might find questionable, but you still let it slide on through. I appreciate you. How long have you been here? Have you been here long enough to hear that I have nothing against Alicia Dyer? Because I'm not here tonight based on Alicia Dyer. You've been busy? Okay, I got you. No problem. But you here now. So I'm going to tell you again, I ain't got shit against Alicia Dyer. Don't have a bone to pick with Alicia Dyer. Alicia Dyer and I have gone back and forth over the last 24 hours. She's well aware of my positioning in all of this. And she knows those people who spoke out of turn, that's who I'm dealing with, not her. I don't have any problem with Alicia. I don't have any problem with Alicia. And I'm glad you support Alicia. That's good. That's good. I'm not going to say anything, transgressive against Alicia to get you to support the candidate that I support. Appreciate you, Dr. Cynthia. I know what you were saying. That's right for, not right then. I know what you were saying. Yeah, they can't say that. They can't say it, Dr. Cynthia. Janie Romo, how you doing tonight? Alicia definitely works her butt off. She was and is well known for going above and beyond. Thank you, Janie. I appreciate it. Are you in a relation to Tony Romo, the former quarterback? You in a relation to him? I just got into an all-out debate about Tony Romo. Who's a better quarterback, Tony Romo or Troy Aikman, I think it was. I can't remember. I don't know. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I just felt like being oppositional because I didn't particularly like Tony Romo. But if you are related to him, hey, it's good to be, member of the Lucky Sperm Club there, because if your name is Romo, yeah, you're probably pretty well off because he is. I know he is. So Katt said what he said. I appreciate it, but it's time to move on. We got to move on. No relation. Okay. At least you're honest. Yeah, I'm just about tired of seeing her, though, Mark. I'm just about tired of seeing her. Hey, and I'm not just tired of seeing her because it's Taylor Swift. I was tired of seeing the other one he had, too, or the other two or three. Travis had a few women's. Travis gets him some women's. Travis gets him some women's. But no, I'm not against Taylor, and I'm happy that she has inspired the NFL this year. Because the NFL was frankly, getting a little boring, but now it's kind of like, where's Taylor? They need to put some excitement back in these games. And, basically it's like, where is she at in the stadium? I mean, she's in the suite, but who's she sitting with and all that. It's getting a little boring now. Let's get back to football, especially after the Lions lost. I want to get a little serious. I'm getting a little serious now. When the Lions got beat like that. Yeah. They got beaten and I wasn't real happy. Because I actually spent a considerable amount of time watching that game, which I had not done in a long time, and it was disappointing. But I knew we were going to lose like in the first quarter, so it was no big deal. It wasn't like I came in at 3:45 and we were winning by 5 points, and then they scored a game-winning touchdown in the last seconds like it's happened like 100 times in my life. So I wasn't really worried about that. It was just disappointing to see them play like that. But I was happy for Lamar Jackson because I'm all about the black QB. I'm all about the black QB. I don't want the black QBs to just get them $260 million contracts. I want them to get them and then ball out. So when you come back, be like, I need $500 million. I can't wait till somebody gets a $500 million contract. It's going to be incredible. Way too much money, but it is what it is. Dr. Cynthia. Healthy discussions are rarely smooth. Change is not an easy transition, but discussions must be implanted. Yes, they must. And I didn't look for a smooth conversation tonight. I looked for opposition. I looked for obstructionists to come onto the plat. I have no problem with that. That's kind of my zone, You want to give me confusion? Okay. You can give me confusion. I get it. I'm just going to add that to the recipe. But the real thing is that people think that I'm here. Oh, so you did mean implement it, doctor. See, you did mean implement it. Brother Williams, how you doing, good brother? How you doing? See, you meant implement it, but it was spelled implanted, so I corrected myself, but it was implemented. Okay, QWERTY fingers. So going from Katt, we're now into hour 2, okay? 60 minutes has gone by. Now 65 minutes has gone by. Anybody that's still rocking in here, y'all must be just waiting to see what I'm going to say about this situation. And I appreciate that. And if you just got here, welcome. And if you're just planning to leave, Goodbye. If you see P. Fields and Sandy on the way out the door, tell them I said, hey. Tell them I said, hey. I need them in the chat. I need them in the chat. They were live in that first 30 minutes. What did they do? Run out of gas? Did y'all run out of ink? Did you guys run out of ink? Your battery's low? What's going on? Come on now. Let's get it going. You had jokes for days. That first 30 minutes was lit. Is that what y'all say? First 30 minutes was lit. Speaking of lit, we're gonna smoke on that Dyer supporter pack again. There was a work group at the Freight House. I was busy talking with Ypsilanti people about the housing crisis and police crisis. I'd love to speak with you about that. Are you eligible to come on the Platte and talk about that? Because there's some real issues down there in Depot Town. And I want to talk with somebody with some real credibility about it. Are you able to come on to the Platte and talk about that? And I don't want to talk to a politician. I don't want them giving me their one-way thinking. I need somebody who's going to give me a straight middle of the road answer. Not middle of the road like milquetoast, but a very non-biased, unbiased. I don't even know what that word is. Is it unbiased, non-biased opinion of the situation? I need that. What you say, Brother Donald? Listening in while I'm working. I appreciate that, Brother Donald. Get that money, get this ism. Hey, I tell you, appreciate that. See, that's what I was talking about, Claire. I wasn't saying that you had to be cooking or washing clothes. Donald's working and he's listening. That's what people do. I can have your undivided attention, but I expect people to actually be multitasking when they're fucking with me. I lived Depot Town adjacent for 20 years. I have opinions. Oh, nice. So is that an answer? Yes, that you'll come onto the Platte and we can talk about some things like totally peel the banana back? Because, oh man, we got to peel the banana back. We got to peel the banana back. Because see, what's happening down there, I won't just say it's a difference of opinions. It's a difference of beliefs. Certain people think that some people are getting done wrong, but I've heard about things that have been done around the Freight House. And I'm like, that ain't right. Y'all can't be mad because people don't want that happening around the Freight House. And we'll talk about that, hopefully, if you're able to come onto the Platte. You have stories, my friend. Yeah, you have stories. So now I want to go to the next thing because we're almost there, guys. Kinda. But the next thing I actually want to go to did they close? Old Town Coin and Gold? No longer? What's up with that? Don't be dropping bombs in here, Brother Mark. What's up with that? Selling. And I take it the purchaser is not going to keep the same business. That's not good. We keep losing these pillars in our community. We're losing these pillared businesses in our community. Not good. Not good. There isn't a purchaser yet. Okay. Are they going to stay open until they sell, or are they shutting it down already? Man, that's crazy. That's nuts. Wow. It's unfortunate, man. I mean, I don't really work with, all good things come to an end. I think all good things should stay. No matter what we can do. Let's keep them. Let's keep them if we can. Let's keep them intact. So, but man. So I want to go to this situation here. Appreciate you. Kirk Moore. He is the new chief in Ypsilanti. He's the new chief in Ypsilanti. And I have to be honest with you. I'm actually impressed with Chief. So far, I don't know Kirk Moore's policing per se. I now know some of his strategies just based on what I heard when my ear was to the ground. He was interviewed on the vice president of the Supreme Felons podcast. And he said some things that resonated with me. I appreciated them. He speaks so well. He's so well spoken. Y'all know how I hate that shit. But no, he's an educated brother, and he talked about that. Talked about, where he went to school and all that. But I think he sounds, hey, I'm going to be nice, Mark. I'm going to be nice. Me not be nice? Come on, man. Come on, man. But he seems to be a good dude to the core. Like I said, I don't know his whole policing background, but I know what I believe to know what he's about because I heard what he said and he sounded very truthful. He sounded very truthful when he was speaking. So what I did was I stripped audio from the ground. And he was asked a few questions, and his answers, like I said, they resonated with me because I thought they were really solid responses. So what I want to do is I want to play back some of his responses, and that's really all I have right now because I know what's actually happening in Ypsi with him right now. I get it. And that's why I've never, ever tried to reach out and say, hey, I'd love to have you come on the platform and talk. This is the kind of content that I do. Once I interviewed all the politicians back in, 2021? I don't know, when they got all, in office, I started to see everybody else doing it. And it got somewhat watered down. And I know I probably need to go back and do some refreshes with some people, but some people aren't worthy. But listening to Kirk Moore speak, I was actually really impressed with him. Some people may feel different. I don't know, but I don't know him personally, so I only know what I've heard him say, the way I've heard him speak. And I know people think that I have issues with the Supreme Felons, which I don't. I've always said the same things. They put you in play. Y'all ain't never heard me out here beefing about no $1.2 million. I didn't apply for that grant. Didn't get slighted. Don't give a fuck. Only individual that I have any problem with is the vice president of the Supreme Felons. And that's because he called me a traitor. I have not been quiet about that. I have not been shy about that and will never stand down about it. Once you call me a turncoat, fuck you and your mammy too. I've done more shit in this county than he'll ever think about doing. And he's got about 10, 15 years on me. I don't know how old his ass is. When somebody was telling him when he could bathe, I was out here feeding people. When he's on that shit, I was out here feeding people. Yeah. He called me a traitor. I don't speak his name. And once you call me a turncoat and you telling me that I'm working against my people, as much as I've done for my people, as much as I do for my people, fuck you and your mammy too. I don't give a fuck. I ride for mine constantly. And if I talked about who turncoated on me all the time, shit, we'd be in here for 5 hours. Fuck out of here. So my brother Trey over the road, what's good with you? Ain't nothing popping. You just called me in a moment where I was trying to explain my situation with a Negro who called me a traitor. And I don't use his name. I might use his titles. I might use his handles. But I don't call him by name. He don't deserve to have his name on my plat. He's a supreme felon. But that's all he can get on this plat. And did none of them motherfuckers call me and thank me for speaking up for their monkey asses after the board meeting. But that's okay. They didn't have to thank me. I told the community, I thought it was great to show the black unity and the 3 white folks that they had out there that night. I can't discount the white folks. They did have 3 white folks out there that night that stood up for them. But I've never, ever talked against the mission as long as it's in play. I talked against who they in play with. Y'all know I don't rock with Derrick Jackson. Y'all know I don't rock with Marvin Gundy. You know I don't rock with Jerry Clayton. There's strong arbor distrust. Always has been, Miss Foley. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he don't respect people in my zip code, and I don't give a fuck. I fed families in the white townhouses in the early 90s when I was running my business. People had credit over on the South Side when they couldn't feed their families. What was he doing in the early 90s? My drivers and myself stayed on Arbor Drive. Old ladies calling us, talking about they didn't get their check till, man, I don't care about no check. When you get paid, man, write it up. Send the food over, or I'll take it myself. That's what it was about. It's always been about that. Oh, your babies need this? Oh, okay, we got you. See, because I never let my zip code deter me from who I helped. I know they like to fuck with the 48197, the 48198, but I'm 48103, 48104, 48105, 48107, 48108, 48197, 48198. I'm 48188, 48187. You know what that's? Canton, bitches. They put me in that frame like I'm not doing it out here. Man, fuck you. What you say? You not new to this? You true to this? You aided in this. That's what you are. You're aided. I pulled it out my pocket. Not from an ARPA fund. Not from other donations. Bitch, I pulled it out my pocket. Fuck you talking about? Y'all should have got to know me before you wanted to talk that dumb shit. I never said nothing square about you or Billy or Sweets or any of them motherfuckers. Didn't care. Because I'm not trying to be you. There's a big enough issue with you being you. Why would I try to be you? You don't even tell the folks that used to be up in my chats talking, and I used to be going back and forth with you. You act like you don't know me. Oh, man, used to be my homie. Now he act like he don't know me. Fuck you. I done played them on my streams, too. There's Brian Foley's name right there in the comments. When I was up in Supreme Felons. You ruined all that, bruh. Wrong person to call a turncoat. You ain't never getting up off that fucking mat. So, in listening to Kirk Moore, I felt like this guy might be it for Ypsilanti. And I want to believe he's it for Ypsilanti. So I want to give his introduction for people that have not met him and have never heard him speak publicly. This might be kind of enlightening to you. For people who have seen him speak, I think he's done an interview on WEMU. You know, he's been out of some engagements and things like that around the county. But this is going to give you a good synopsis of who he is. So let me get these things ready to run back. And this is going to be his first thing, how he got here, how he got to the county. We're going to let him cook on this. Who Kirk Moore is, basically. This is basically, who is Kirk Moore? The vice president of the Supreme Felons asked him, and then he came with the answer.
I'm given the opportunity to to have open, honest, transparent dialogue with the community. You know, it's a win for everybody. I think it's imperative, you know, in my role as the chief of police and public safety, that we have this type of, you know, communication. So this is fantastic. So I want to thank you for being the type of person that you are, for working in the community, for legitimately trying to make this world a better place. So I think you should be applauded. And of course, along with the rest of your team and Supreme Felons and the work that you're doing, right? Sometimes those things aren't quantifiable because it means so much. And so thank you for allowing me just the opportunity to be here with you and to share on this platform. So that's the first thing.
Okay.
Fair enough? All right.
That's fair. Okay.
So a little bit about me, where I'm from. So I'm a New Orleans native. You know, I'm a NOLA boy. Who that in the house?
Okay.
You know,
I ain't looking too good on the football court.
Well,
but
you know, we had a little rough patch.
okay. All right.
Right. You know, we're trying to find our way. You know, it's the after Drew Brees era.
Okay. All
And
right.
Sean Payton. So
I had to hit that.
I know. It's okay. Listen, and the Lions are looking well.
We look.
I said that at the beginning of the year. I thought the biggest improvement was their defense.
Okay.
They got some hitters out there, and defense win championships.
Yes,
so
sir.
I think they have an opportunity. But I'm from New Orleans. I grew up like many people that look like me, you know, under challenging circumstances. We were
Victoria out there.
I think, you know, we were, you know, lived in a minority community.
Yes.
We were not rich by any means, but I was rich on love.
Okay.
My family loved me. We loved each other, and the community took care of each other. So as a child, I had people that stood in the gap
Okay.
between me and the madness of the world. And they asked the leaders of the other side, give this kid a chance. So I was very active in sports. I loved school.
Okay.
Right? Loved it. And that gave me an opportunity to be my natural self and flourish as just a child and be a child. Even when there was chaos occurring all around me, I had people that shielded me from a lot of those things. So I'm here because of the sacrifices that others have made for me. And so I feel a very real duty and obligation to give back and create that space for other kids.
That's beautiful.
So that's, you know, that's part of my legacy. From New Orleans, I went on to Tennessee State University. So very proud of the work and my heritage at TSU, a historically Black college and university. My experience at Tennessee State was life-changing.
Okay.
Right? It really allowed me to grow as a person. You know, it forces you, the hardships and all of those things and that you learn. You learn that you can persevere regardless of the circumstances. That's some of the things that HBCU teach you. So, and then from, of course, Tennessee State, that's where I got into law enforcement. I began my law enforcement public safety career as a corrections officer. And that's, you know, how I began. I went in my first academy at the age of 20, almost 21. And now we're going on 33 years later.
33.
From Tennessee to Las Vegas to Ypsilanti.
Okay.
And I was drawn to this community when I saw the challenges. I saw them as opportunities. I felt like I had a response. I had an answer for the.
Okay. So I'm going to let him cook the rest of it. He's got about a minute to go still. I don't know exactly what drew him to Ypsilanti, because when you're in Henderson, Nevada, you know, anybody that's gone to Vegas and you stay there for an extensive period of time, you stay in Henderson. You know, Henderson's the town right outside of there, you know, and it's got all the real living. So anybody that's done like Vegas life more than once, you know, you stay in the Strip because, you know, you want to be a part of all that. But when you stay in Vegas, say 7-10 days or whatever, you generally just go on and get you a spot in Henderson, you know, so you can, you know, hit the Sam's Club and, you know, you can really live. And that's where he was. The city that he actually worked in was about as big as the county. So coming and being the chief of Ypsilanti, he should be able to do it with his eyes closed, but not really. Because like you said, he's got challenges. But I'm not here to talk about just about that. He said he was drawn here. So that's where I had a question. When I do talk to the chief at some point, I'm going to ask what drew him here. How did he even know about, most people can't even pronounce Ypsilanti. How'd you know about Ypsi from Henderson, Nevada? You went from NOLA to Tennessee State to Henderson, and Ypsilanti came to you in a dream? It was all a dream. I want to hear about that story. Because if you had a dream about Ypsi out in Henderson, Nevada, okay. John Henry, don't come in here with any of your light-skinned foolishness tonight. Don't come in here with any of your light. You see who the chief of police is in Ypsi. All right? You happy? You got you a light-skinned chief. You got you a light-skinned chief. All right? Don't act up in here tonight, John Henry. So maybe he likes conies. Well, where are you going to get one from? Abe's is gone. And I hadn't eaten Abe's in a long time. Well, I guess he can go down the hill and get him a coney dog. I don't really mess with that joint no more. Well, I don't mess with no joints no more, Mark, because I don't eat meat. So if I was going to eat a coney dog, you know, I'd have to go to Bill's. I'd have to go to the Yellow House by the side of the road. But I don't eat meat no more. And Bill's just will not make a vegan dog. You know, it's something about them clogging everybody's arteries that just makes them feel good about themselves. And they won't make me a vegan dog. I've tried several times. So it is what it is. Did anybody take Kirk Moore to Bill's over the summer? We should have had a shot of Kirk Moore eating Bill's hot dogs in the summertime. You ain't really Ypsi if you ain't eating the Bill's hot dog, right? Did anybody take Kirk Moore to Bill's? You know, I saw him at Biggie's. I saw him up there eating all that pork. He was up there eating that pork. They was clogging his arteries with them tips and ribs and, you know. But did you take him down the street and get him a Bill's hot dog, peel his paper back and half the chili on the paper? Come on, man. Y'all telling me y'all didn't take the chief down and get him a Bill's hot dog? Damn. I gotta come from Ann Arbor to do the damn thing. Because I ain't scared to come to Ypsi. I didn't know that y'all weren't on your job. Get on your job. It is what it is. So, Sister Cynthia, I'm going to have fun regardless. I'm going to be me regardless. You know what I'm saying? As the old Negro preachers used to say, irregardless. Irregardless. But yes, Chief seems like a really good dude. And I'm going to let him cook the rest of this one because he's going to talk about his relationship with Ypsilanti Police Department and the WCSO, because a lot of people aren't really connecting with it. I understand kind of what's going on with it. And who knows, it could be a good partnership and we'll give him time to do his thing. I'm not going to overcook your grits on it because he's going to speak specifically as to why the WCSO is partnered up with the Ypsilanti Police Department. But let me let this cook and finish up here. What's that here? He has to get used to the North's lack of spicy food. I had the same problem when I moved from the South. Are you from the South, Sandy? Are you being nice to me now, Sandy? You being nice? You coming in here, you gonna be congenial now? You got all that out your system? You got all that negativity out your system? You gonna be good now? What part of the South you from, Sandy? What part of the South you from? You from the deep South? Like you from like, or you from like Texas, the Southwestern? Well, that shit's spicy down there. What part of the South? What part of the South you from? What we got here? Sandy, she made a nice comment. So I look, respect begets respect. I'm not gonna be disrespectful if you have a respectful comment. You know, my memory is ridiculous, but I'm also very forgetful when you get respectful. So keep that in mind. I appreciate you coming back in the right way, Sandy. You say you're from Texas. Okay, Texas, and don't talk down on me. I'm not a puppy. I see. Why do you think I'm talking down on you? That's a little fragility there. I'm a very sarcastic person. So, you know, is this your first time here, Sandy? Please tell me that it's your first time here. You have to be a first timer, okay? Because this happens a lot with people when they deal with me the first time. If it's your first time dealing with me, I am a very sarcastic person, all right? And I'm not condescending. I'm just very sarcastic. So please understand. And I'm not sure exactly what this whole talk down. People keep saying that I'm talking down to them. I think it's because I don't have any round edges to my words. I speak very frankly. I do. I don't curl my words. I mean, I do when I'm writing in cursive, but I don't talk in cursive. I talk in big, bold letters. So please don't take it as talking down to you. I'm very respectful. I am a gentleman. I am not a scholar, but I've got several college credits scattered around somewhere and an FCC certificate that says I can change the direction of a radio antenna with ease. Got it. So let's say second time. Second time. I don't know what that means. Okay. But anyways, so finishing up Kirk Moore's bio.
Is that I was able to see with my research of the community. And so the other thing that I was very apparent about the city of Ypsilanti is that the people were willing to get involved.
Okay.
Right?
That's
very
true.
passionate, right? There's no shortage of people willing to step up and say something and be heard. And so to most chiefs of police, they may see that as a negative. They may think, well, that's a community I don't want to police because when things go wrong, I'm going to have people, you know, you'll have a lot of activity, a lot of negativity, a lot of things that make it difficult for a police chief. I didn't see it that way.
Okay.
I saw a community that's willing to be engaged like that. If I engage them in the right way, then that's more people that's doing the right thing for the right reason. And I saw that as an opportunity to really make change in the city of Ypsilanti. So that's kind of, you know, how I got here.
So I like that. I liked that. I thought the chief gave a very good response as to how he got here, where he came from, what he's done, how he got here. Thought that was good. Now, let me address Sandy real quick. Sandy, I was absolutely not respectful when I called you a bitch. But you got to understand where you and P. Fields were earlier in the chat, about an hour ago, about 60 minutes ago, y'all was on fleek. Quite disrespectful. And maybe it wasn't all you. Might have been more P. Fields. I don't know. But you know what? I will throw the baby out with the bathwater. If I got a whole lot of negativity going, everybody gets washed away. The tsunami comes through and it don't care who it swoops up. So let me just go on record for saying I apologize for calling you a bitch if it was not warranted. But there was some bitchy comments going, and really I wasn't even looking to see what the name was. I was looking at the dialogue. You can't say you're respectful to a person if you are consistent with it. You mean if you aren't consistent with it? You can't say you're respectful if you are consistent. I can't say I'm respectful if I'm consistent, but I think you mean aren't. I believe you mean aren't. My cops need to get in golf carts out of cruisers. Cops showing vulnerability helps with people wanting to talk to them. Now, Mark, did you watch the discussion with the Supreme Felons? Thank you for clarifying that, Sandy. I knew what you meant. I read it. I'm a word person, so I knew what you meant. And I'm not going to throw shade at you for missing the NT because I knew what you meant, sweetie. I knew. Did you watch the Supreme Felons discussion with the chief, Mark? Because if you didn't, I believe that could be coming in the future. Something like that. I'm not saying golf carts, bicycles, motorcycles. I don't know what they're going to do. But I think what you're saying, because I've got to drop. I did several. And one talks about their relationship with the community. So we'll get to that in a second, if you didn't see that. So now I want to jump to when the chief started to talk. I guess I can come up a little bit here. When the chief started to talk about Ypsi, then there came about the relationship that the Ypsilanti Police Department now has with the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office. I didn't particularly like when I first heard it, but I understood because I know where Ypsilanti Police Department is with personnel. Been knowing it for a long time. There's a whole lot of things, a lot of contributing factors to how they got that way. And we're not here to talk about them tonight. But those people know who they are because they're probably watching too. How y'all doing? So crazy. After I had that stream about Frances McMullen, she actually liked one of my posts. Really weird to me. I wonder if she did it just to troll me. I don't know. Don't really matter. It was cool though. The fact that she liked something that I said after I said what I said about her, I thought that was cool. Could have been a total troll thing, but I didn't take it as that. I was like, because it wasn't even a political thing. It was on some personal shit. Might have even been a picture of my grandkids or something. But she liked it. It was all good. It's all good. So I want to go to the Ypsilanti Police Department's relationship with the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office. Is it going to be a match made in heaven? We will see. We will see.
First and foremost, I really want to thank Sheriff Clayton, who has become a trusted friend. When we met, when I initially got to Ypsilanti, it was just like, peas and carrots. We hit it off immediately. Right. Because we share the same spirit of service. We share a vision of how we believe public safety needs to evolve. And so from that initial meeting, we started to build a professional relationship. And as I assessed my organization, it was immediately apparent to me that we were very deficient in our investigative division. So much so that we only had one investigator to investigate capital crimes for the city of Ypsilanti.
Homicide,
rape, right, serious crimes.
Okay, all right.
And so and you spoke about this at the top of your broadcast.
I did that on purpose.
About an unsolved, murder in a case. Yes. When you don't have the resources, that significantly impacts one. The initial investigation is critical. So if you don't have the people, if you don't have the resources, if you don't have the properly trained individuals, things get missed. And so it was my duty and obligation. I can't allow that to happen in the city, of Ypsilanti. I have a duty and obligation to this community to make sure that we are providing a professional police service and that we are, victim focused, right? Every incident of a crime represents a victim. Everything. Right. And so to me, it's personal. So I looked at that whole, what we had in our response, and I knew I had to make a change. So I, approached the sheriff and talked about the resources he had. And we sat down at the table and we worked out a temporary memorandum of understanding. So when we have capital cases, the sheriff's office would come and provide the investigation for those cases because they have, the resources, a much broader reach. They have experienced, investigators. They have the crime scene. They have all of the pieces and the tools, not to mention they have a very high success rate. And case solvability. So you put all of those things together, it was a natural to help us evolve back to where we can take over our jurisdictional responsibilities again. And so that's what we're working towards.
So once again, very clear explanation from Chief Moore. I have nothing bad to say about that. Okay. There's nothing negative to say about what he said. Nothing. And people would probably think I'm going to throw shade because he's in an interview with a Supreme Felon. I couldn't care less. And y'all got to get that right. I'm tired of hearing y'all say I could care less. It's not I could care less. It's I couldn't care less. Can I do that for 24? Can we make that y'all New Year resolution? It's I couldn't care less. Like I couldn't care any less. Y'all say I could care less. That means you could care less. Y'all do know what that means, right? And some of y'all that said y'all went to Ann Arbor public schools. Come on, man. Let that AAPS shine through. Let that AAPS shine through. I can't speak for people that went to other school districts. But if you went to AAPS, you should know I couldn't care less. Because you do know what that means, right? I couldn't give less than a damn. That's what that means. For people that don't want to say that. Or I couldn't give a goddamn. Because you ain't got it to give. But if you say I could care less, that means you could care less. You could care lesser. Trying to tell them, Free, let it shine through. Let your AAPS shine through. Now, if y'all went to Ypsi Public back in the day, I get it. I understand. But y'all have merged since then. Y'all not Ypsi Public, y'all Ypsi Community Schools now. Not saying it got any better. We'll talk about that another time now. What is, you will run. You a flyer. You a flyer. You can spell a little bit. Yeah, you can spell a little bit. You can spell a little bit, man. But let me go back up to your statement there. It says WCSO has stepped up with the backlog. And I take it you're speaking specifically about the backlog in Ypsi, which is good because that's what this is supposed to be about. Because Ypsilanti was very depleted. Their staff was very depleted. They were down to one detective and she was working midnights. Now, don't think I don't know shit about Ypsi. Trust me. The last detective they had was working midnights. Some of the craziest shit you ever know. How would you know that, Shannon? Don't worry about how I know it. Just know I know. Y'all be thinking I'm just in here blowing in the wind. Yeah, she was on midnights. She was forced to go to midnights. And that forced her to leave. A very good investigator. Was forced out to paint. And we've talked about that. We've talked about that on other streams and who put that in play. I'll be like the preacher, but y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Yeah. See, I know things. You don't have a detective on midnights. Who can they go question at 3 o'clock in the morning? Unless something happens right then. What can they investigate at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning? Huh? What can they do? You gonna make me pull dick? I got to pull dick out. Let me pull dick out. Where somebody thought that meant something else. I was like, I got to pull dick out, and they're like, man. I'm like, look, it's not that. It's Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory. Y'all know I'm not vulgar like that on my streams. Come on now. For real, Dr. Cynthia. For real. She was working midnights. And it was done purposely, I think, to actually make her quit. But Kirk Moore didn't have nothing to do with that. Kirk Moore did not put that in play. Let me just let you know. That was not his fault, okay? So he talked about the WCSO. He's already introduced himself. Now he's on to being a little bit more personable and answering a couple questions. I broke these two down, and this is all I'll use today. I'll come back, because if he gets, if he gets interviewed by someone else, I want to hear other questions that he may answer. But I'm going to break this down. And I'm actually going to play something in its entirety because I want you to get the full gist of it. And, and just because I don't fuck with this individual doesn't mean I don't need the full context of the question read, because I'm going to cook on the response. I'm going to cook on the response because I've talked about this situation when they had the board meeting, when Ypsi and Ypsi Township showed up ignorantly, thinking that the Supreme Fellas were going to get disbanded. Y'all trying to tear these people apart. Why y'all trying to tear these people apart? These good men. These is good men's. It was some dumb shit. I appreciated the support. I appreciated the camaraderie, but they weren't there to take away their flag. Nobody was trying to take away their SF. I mean, it's not really their SF. It's San Francisco's SF, but, I've kind of given up on that. San Francisco's going to come with the copyright strike in a heartbeat. I don't know when, but they're coming. They're coming. They'd be like, who's that out there using our logo? Who's that out there? Who that? That was for Kirk Moore. Anyways, so that's why I use my own logo. No G, no H. Do we need to discuss that any further? I don't think so. This question was asked, and like I said, it's already been talked about in the board meeting. I talked about it after the board meeting when I came out with full support of saying, hey, that was great what they did. They just did it wrongfully. But I loved Chief Moore's response. Once again, he speaks so well. He's so well spoken. So here he is. And I call this one Supreme Autonomy. Supreme Autonomy. And you'll understand what I do, Dr. Cynthia. I'm in my serious mode too. All right, let me straighten up and fly right. I got you over here laughing. We're supposed to be serious, Doc. You're supposed to be serious.
Ryan Griffin, he asked this question. And that's my partner right there. And so Griffin. So if he asks the question, then I'm gonna go back into that, right? Perfect. But this is what Griff said. He says, Chief, and Chief, I gotta give what they call disclaimer, whatever. I've tried as being the vice president of Supreme Fellows Incorporated, the host of Ear to the Ground 197. And some of the official titles that I hold with the city of Ypsilanti, I've tried to separate those dynamics of my life. You know what I mean? When I'm a DDA officer, I'm a DDA officer. When I'm a Supreme Felon, Supreme Felon Court, right? And when I'm a talk host, I'm trying to talk host. I found that I can't do that. And I got to be one person all the time. So I've tried to be quiet when it comes to the Supreme Felons Incorporated on this particular show. But our executive director, Billy Cole, not only didn't just give me the freedom to speak freedom, he told me to start talking. You know what I mean? So there's be no separation between Supreme Felons and Ear to the Ground 197 because I'm one person. I'm that same person all the time. And trying to be schizophrenic on purpose, that shit, it drive you crazy. You know what I mean? Trying to be trying to wear all those hats. No, I ain't but one hat.
Well, you know what? They kind of go together. When you think about it, who you are is who you are. And so you're guided by your belief and desire to help other people.
Exactly. Which brings me to this question that Griffin put on here. He says, Chief, you previously mentioned the Supreme Felons. Are you fine with giving such an organization complete autonomy? And that's right, complete autonomy when working to help with violence prevention because of their ability to stand in places that the police cannot?
So before he answers the question, I felt like the question was staged. And I'll come up so you can see. I'm not hiding. I felt like the question was staged. And it probably was. And it doesn't really matter that it was. If the vice president of the Supreme Felons needs help with his content, he should get a content writer. Well, I guess he does have one. He's got that individual who said, because I don't call his name no more either. That motherfucker don't get his name called on my shit either. He can call, you heard his name. I don't fuck with him. So, and they two peas in a pot, so I get it. They them two peas is like you scrape off the corner of the pot. They right there together. I felt it was staged, but the way the chief answered the question, his answer wasn't staged. His answer absolutely was not staged. So I'm going to go back 15 seconds so you can get the gist of what it is, and then let the chief cook his answer all the way through.
Giving such an organization complete autonomy. And that's right, complete autonomy when working to help with violence prevention because of their ability to stand in places that the police cannot.
So here's what I'll say to that. I absolutely support Supreme Felons. And here's why. In our society, when an individual, man or woman, commits an infraction, but they pay their debt that society deemed to pay, and they pay their debt to society, then we have an obligation to allow that person to now be a productive member of the society. We can't convict the person for life. We have to provide those opportunities for people to integrate back into society and impact the society in a positive way. Now, Supreme Felons, they absolutely can be in places that I cannot. And so as a leader, I have to recognize that I can't be everywhere. I can't do everything. And we all have a role in the lane to play. Supreme Felons occupies a space that only Supreme Felons can occupy. And it's a critical space. And I'm just thankful that Supreme Felons chooses to occupy that space for good. So the manner in which they conduct business, the manner in which they interact with offenders and potential offenders and meet them where they are, because that's what's needed.
Right.
That's a very important key to this, right? I can sit here and say, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, but I'm never gonna be able to meet those individuals where they are. You can. Your program can. So we have to give you the ability and understand the necessity of it for you to make a significant impact on that population.
Kirk's good. Kirk is good. It's like that. What's that lawyer's commercial? He is good. Kirk's good. Kirk's good. And like I said, I don't believe his answer was staged at all. I don't think it was rehearsed at all. I think it was a very genuine answer. And the one thing that I noticed out of that whole answer, out of that full 3 minutes and 48 seconds that he spoke, he did not say they have full autonomy, because you can't give full autonomy. You can't give full autonomy. The police have full autonomy, but you can't give a deputized neighborhood watch program full autonomy. They can't do what the police do. although they may be able to get into the nooks and crannies of certain neighborhoods, that's a quote from one of the supreme felons, the nooks and crannies. Now, when you start talking about that tactical talk, see, that tactical talk, that's what'll get you in the nooks and the crannies. Uh-oh. We losing Brother Mark. Make sure you check back in on this, Brother Mark, because I'm going to have what happened up in your space on here, but I'm going to behave, okay? I got attorneys. I got campaign supporters. I got everybody after me tonight. The fact that you came and broke bread with us, I appreciate you. Good night, sir. We'll talk soon. 5:30 does come early. Hell, I be up in this mug at 5:30 looking right at this screen. Now, I know y'all don't believe me, but I do. I do. I don't sleep like I used to sleep, as I shouldn't. But yes, good night, Brother Mark. Appreciate you. Appreciate you coming in, breaking bread with the Villager on Deck tonight. Where you go, Brother Williams? I thought you was here the whole time. You dipped out and came back. Now, when you left, did you leave like you're supposed to leave church? You know, when you leave, you're supposed to leave. You're supposed to put that finger up when you walk out the sanctuary. Did you put that finger up when you walked out? Because I didn't see you. You know, I'm up here in the pulpit. I didn't see you. Did you put that finger up? But I'm glad you're back. You had to leave, but I'm glad you're back. You could have been anywhere else in the world tonight, but you're with me. Maybe not. I mean, it could just be where you're going to be, but appreciate you. But no, I did appreciate the answer. And I did appreciate that he didn't lie and say, yeah, y'all got full autonomy. Y'all can run these streets the way we run these streets. No. They can't. And he would have been lying. He would have been pandering if he did that. So I'm glad he didn't do that. So whether or not it was a staged question, which I think it was, his answer was true. I felt his answer was true. So good deal. Now, there's one more thing that I want to say from the chief tonight. And this is really what kind of said, you know what? He might get it. He might get it. You know, he might really, because see, when I'm thinking, when I'm listening to people, I'm looking at like their body language. I'm listening to the inflections in their voice, and the inflections of his voice changed when he started talking about this. So this is when I'm not going to say I'm a Kirk Moore fan, because I don't know Kirk Moore. I got to know you to be a fan, and I don't know you. I don't know Kirk. I heard him talk a couple times, and I've liked some of the things that he said, but I'm not a fan. But this right here, he speaks so well. He's so well spoken.
Talk about that just a little bit, about that scenario. So that's Officer Gibbs.
Yeah.
And Officer Gibbs takes pride in being relatable and relationable to the community he serves.
Yeah.
It speaks to the core of what we're trying to change in the culture of the City of Ypsilanti Police Department. We are trying to change the culture to servant. We are servants of the community. The police department should be a resource to the community. And by being a resource, that's building relationships.
That right there was nice. That servants of the community was nice. Because I think a lot of police forget that they are indeed servants to the community. The community is not servants to the police. The police are servants to the community. And I like that. I like the way he put that, and I'm gonna let him cook the rest of it on it. Finish that last job for the night. All right. Nice. Now you can kick back and chill. Put your feet up. Put the villager on deck as we stay in here cooking. We got a little bit more to go. You know, we got something else to talk about, so you know we got a little bit more to go. So I'm going to let Kirk Moore finish up talking about servants of the community.
That's understanding the culture of your community. And so Officer Gibbs leveraged his continued investment in the community to impact a person who most of people would consider marginalized and didn't matter.
Right.
But he does matter. Right? He does matter. And Officer Gibbs going above and beyond and transporting him to the hospital, if that's what he was comfortable with and that's what would get him to the help he needs, speaks volumes of his character.
Yeah.
Speaks volumes. I'll tell you, we are in a battle in public safety.
Okay. Expound on that.
Yeah, we're in a battle.
Okay.
We are battling for the soul of how we want to serve our communities. Leaders like myself, modern leaders who understand the need for modernizing police agencies and having a central focus of service, and understanding that the law enforcement portion of our duties is just that, a portion. The majority of what we do is human relations. Human relations. So our focus, we need to balance that out. We need to give some more focus to the human relations portion of our duties and our job. And so when I say we're in a battle, we're trying to change the profession to be more responsive to what our community wants to see. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to be soft on crime and we're not going to hold people accountable. It absolutely means we're going to hold people accountable. But it also...
I like that too. I like that too. He made sure that, you know, although we're servants to the community, you fuck up out here, we getting that ass. I like that. I like that. We need to stop all this soft shoeing, because we got a lot of soft shoeing out here. We got people that soft shoeing. You know, they talking about people need to be counseled when they commit crimes. You know, people don't need to be locked down when they commit crimes. So I like that. Fuck up out here, we putting that jewelry on your wrist. I like that. Let him cook his last minute in.
That we're going to treat people with dignity and respect. We're going to serve people because we're servants. I want us to go to a one purpose for all of my policing profession. And that is, our purpose is to protect the vulnerable from harm. Now, that speaks to culture, mindset, and philosophy. Think about this. If I arrest you, I put you in handcuffs. Do you become vulnerable at that time?
Yes, very vulnerable.
Very vulnerable. That's right. So if I have the mindset and the mentality and the mission and purpose of protecting the vulnerable from harm, so now after I arrest you, now I want to protect you so the George Floyd's doesn't occur.
It wasn't the thunderous finish that I really wanted. The fact that he blew in with the George Floyd situation, because every situation has not been a George Floyd situation. Some have been Alton Sterling's, Eric Garner's, Terrence Crutcher's, Walter Scott, Sandra Bland, Freddie Gray. You know, they've all been different. Right here, Ara Rosser, shot in her doorway, right in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And when you're talking about law enforcement becoming predators, those are definitely not servants of the community. Those are predators of the community. And although he ended it with the George Floyd situation, I got it. It was very symbolic. I got it. But there's so many other situations where people did not need to die. Some people died in their own homes, Botham Jean, a Tatiana Jefferson, sitting playing video games with her nephew. And she hears a sound. Somebody's creeping around the back of her house. Instead of knocking on the front door, which was open, they went around the side of her house and blew her away through her window. She's in her own house. There you go, Sister Cynthia. That's in your territory. Tamir Rice. I got it, and I appreciated it, and I look forward to seeing him work and move more throughout the city of Ypsilanti, throughout Washtenaw County. I mean, I know his command post is Ypsilanti, but I look forward to seeing him work around the area, because if he's coming in with that thoroughness, and we know he's from the South, yeah, he's going to want to make sure that he digs his heels in Tucky. Yeah, I'm going to call it Tucky no matter what. But I believe that he's also going to move about the county and really learn what's popping in Washtenaw. And when he jumps on that other side of Carpenter, he don't need to bring nobody from Ypsi with him. He just call up the Villager on Deck. I got him in the Ace. I got him over here. Because I know people that was in Ann Arbor, they done defected to Ypsi. They Y1 now. Y'all stay the fuck over there. We still A square over here. We don't flip-flop. Y1, no. We're still A square over here. Anyways. Whew, that cooks my grits every time I think about that. Y1. Man, okay. No, you're not from Ann Arbor. Anybody that defects and wants to say Y1 over A square, you are no longer from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Turn your card in. And you will be checked at the border. Okay? I ain't Joe Biden. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, we've gotten back into the wheel. And this situation that came up, let me just do this. There ain't no point of really even talking too much about this. We in hour 2 already. I'm pretty much right on time where I need to be. The discrepancy came about because I put up a post. Let me get ready to share this screen. Yes. Let me share this screen. Give me 1 second. Appreciate anybody that's coming to the room between hour 1 and hour 2. And now that we're in hour 2, going into hour 3. Appreciate y'all. We're about to start talking about one of the main reasons that this stream came about. I mean, we've had a very, very good stream. I think it's been a good stream. Some people said it was boring. Some people said it was a joke. Some people said I was a joke. And they made me cuss. They made me cuss at them. But y'all know I don't just cuss at people for no reason. You got to bring that out of me. I am a contrarian, but I am not a tyrant for sport. But I put up a post. Okay. I put up a post in the Ypsilanti area discussion. The person, Mark, who just left, is like the main moderator, I believe, for Ypsilanti area discussion. So he says whether my stuff flies or dies on their platform. And the post was myself and Ken McGee, who's actually running for sheriff of our county. Okay. And I put up another picture. We were there with Brandon. There's the Michigan band. There's the scoreboard with 49-0 for all the Sparty fans. Look at the bottom here. A moderator turned off commenting for this post. Mark turned it off. Mark was sick of y'all shit. I wasn't a part of the rigmarole, but they just went ham with each other for so long. Mark was like, I'm done with this. So I put this post up. We were at Spartan Stadium. I had never been there before. It was cold. It was rainy, but it was football. And it was Saturday. So we was good. And here was the caption to my post. This is what started it all. See, all the other stuff had nothing to do with anything, I guess. This is what my caption did. My caption, full circle. I was introduced to fellow born and bred Ann Arborite Ken McGee for sheriff. And I threw his link in there, you know, by another homie, Don Lupi, true homie from back in the day, all the way up to recent. We sat at the Saline Huron football game just a few weeks ago, several years back. And we've built an alliance over the years into a full-blown friendship. I didn't come to the conclusion that we were friends because Kenny invited me to go to the lashing of Sparty. That's what I called it. It was a lashing. Anytime you get beat 49-0, it's a lashing. I realized that when we started arguing at the top of our lungs at each other about how I feel he needs to show the village of Washita who he really is so that they understand who they're casting a vote for. Two social workers with minimal to no policing experience to be the next sheriff of this county is not only asking for this powder keg to finally blow from Manchester to Ypsilanti Township, but it would also make it fertile ground for others areas, miscreants, to infiltrate our home because they'll know they won't get arrested, tried, and convicted. They'll just get counseled. Because they've been talking about that shit. They've been talking about, like, not jailing people. I mean, I get whole soft on crime, but they've been talking about like, oh no, he really didn't commit a crime. He's just misunderstood. This is what's been talked about out here. Yeah, he's just misunderstood. He just needs some help. Yeah, he sure does. He needs help getting in the police car. He needs help getting out of the police car. He needs help getting into the jail, and he needs help getting into that damn cell. If you commit a heinous crime out here, we're not counseling in the county. Arrest, tried, and convicted. Get your ass in there. But for some reason, we've got a situation where people think that they could be counseled back to life. And that's why everybody is so soft with these predators out here. You got your Nate Frazier's out here, your Alan Fuquas, who was directly connected to Supreme Felons at one time. Predators of children. Predators of children. Y'all know who Nate is. Y'all know who Nate is. And I don't bite my tongue because it's in the records. What he's done. What he did to children. I'm supposed to show flex on that? I don't show no flex for no sexual predator. Especially of children. Fuck out of here. So I put this post up. There's my caption. You saw the pictures, you saw the caption, and that's when the shit got started. This first comment, just going to go ahead and refute the claim that Alicia has little to no experience in police work. Alicia was literally a deputy sheriff for 10 years. That is not minimal. Yeah, it is compared to 33. A roller, and she wasn't really a roller. She was a roller and a sailor. She was on the water part-time, and then she was on the road part-time, and the part-time she was on the water, she wasn't even full-time. We're going to break that down in a minute. She also has worked for the Civil Rights Office of Detroit. That ain't got nothing to do with Washtenaw County. Stay focused. and served on the Equity Council. Stay focused. Alicia has extensive experience when it comes to poverty, mental illness. Okay, I don't give a fuck who's broke. You understand? I don't give a fuck who's broke. I don't give a fuck about no mental illness that anybody has. Because she was a deputy. And she was on the Marine unit. I don't see no stripes, no bars, no nothing about where's the poverty certification? Where's the mental health certification? Bring that out if you got that. Bring them receipts out. They let you put pictures in the post, which is vital when it comes to policing. Vote Alicia Dyer. See, I don't have no problem with that. They could have just voted that and kept going. But no. So I responded, I've already stated you're incorrect on my personal post, because I had put this on my personal post. Then I shared it out to a few Ipsy pages. She had chose to come onto my personal post and come onto the shared post in Ypsilanti to start rigmarole. So I said, I've already stated you're incorrect on my personal post, so no need to be redundantly repetitive. 6 replies. Here we go. I don't know who this person is. I ain't never been able to pronounce their name. But that's one of the people that I had to cover up because they called the lawyer on me. They went and got the lawyer. It's your personal post on YAD, my friend. Whole dumpster fire in here. You also don't get to claim personal posts in a public forum when you're advertising your opinions. First day on the internet or here in YAD. You see how disrespectful that was? You see how disrespectful that was? I hadn't been disrespectful. Why'd she get disrespectful? Or he? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's male, female, hermaphrodite. I don't know what it is. But why'd they get disrespectful? I wasn't being disrespectful. Why? Why'd they get disrespectful? I need to know why they got disrespectful. Dick needs to know why they got disrespectful. And they got disrespectful. But let's go back into it because there's more disrespect. More disrespect on the way with a K. With a K. This is a shared version of my original post from my personal page. I don't know or care who you are or who the other person is, but I haven't resorted to calling either of you names, so I suggest you refrain from doing so any further, but you're obviously answering on my shared version of my post on YAD. And that other individual initially answered on my personal page post. Why is that unclear to you? And no, this isn't my first day on the internet. It's my second. See, I'm an asshole. And I know I'm an asshole. And the fact that I know my assholiness is going to come out, that's why I just want people to leave me alone. I'm not here for everybody. And I've already explained how I will prove what I stated in my original caption. So be a mature adult and wait to do so because we're done here. Continuing to carry on will only make yourself and candidate Dyer look worse. I told Alicia. Here she goes. My friend, once you put it into a public platform in a public group, it becomes public property as far as the internet goes. But they called the lawyer when I use their face in the kettle. I thought it becomes public property. I thought it becomes a public platform. I thought this is a public group. Next time, I suggest copying and pasting into a group instead of sharing it from your personal open to public profile. It's a wild west out here for sure. For sure. For sure. Really? Really? That privilege, that's what it is, Dr. Cynthia. That's what it is. They killing me with this, John Henry. I'm not sure how we even got here. But the next thing you know, I'm the wrong guy, I'm the bad guy, and I got lawyers inboxing me in the middle of the afternoon.
Buttermilk biscuits, I enjoy it.
There's some biscuits for them. Shannon, they could not manage their nervous system. We've talked about the nervous system, Doc. We've talked about the nervous system. It got the best of them. Uh-oh. Here is Juan Calvalachi. Alicia Dyer's police experience is of public record. Yeah, I know I have her personal file in my email. You want me to start reciting from it? She was in a boat patrol towards the end of her career. Part-time. Yes, part-time. I already know this. I know when she started. I know when she finished. I know the date she was terminated or resigned. I got all the stuff. Juan Calvachi. I've got her whole employee file in my email. I'm not here for that tonight. I'm here to talk about these egregious individuals who came at me. Ask anyone in Ypsilanti Township who she is. I know who the fuck she is. I sat and had coffee with her last October for 3 hours. I've talked to her numerous occasions. I've met her at parades. I know exactly who she is, Juan Calvachi. You're late, bruh. You're late. They will tell you nothing but great things. Okay, thanks. Put your pom-poms down, bruh. Put your pom-poms down. I did. The autonomic nervous system is a mofo. And many people don't even understand what it does. No, not really. I drink coffee with perfect strangers sometimes, Juan Calvachi. You don't have to be a personal friend, close relative, nothing. Now you're trying to be smart. That doesn't look good on you. Straighten up your tie and fly right. Back to the Post. See, here they come. I told you. Beyonce got the Beehive, Taylor Swift got the Swifties, and Alicia got the Diehards. Oh, no one calling you names. Why are you trying to victimize yourself and vilify us for calling you out for your incorrect info? Accept that you were wrong and move on. No need to mansplain. I'm a man and I explain. And that's what I'm going to do every motherfucking time. Jeez. Is that big enough for y'all to read? Can y'all read that? Let me make it a little bit bigger. Is that better? There we go. Then I came back and responded to, thanks for the notification. It wasn't necessary, nor will it be used, but thanks anyway. See you at the saloon, cowgirl. Wild West, Washtenaw. She said it was the Wild Wild West, so I thought we was going to meet at the saloon. But we didn't meet at the saloon. They called the attorney. And he come threatening me about some consequences that I would incur if his client met any type of legal harm. What kind of bitch-made shit is that? This is a Facebook post. Who's talking about harming anybody? I'm going to beat the shit out of your credibility, but that's it. Yeah, no. Alicia patrolled West Willow for 10 years and has firsthand experience in responding to 911 calls. I guess she would. She's a fucking deputy. That's what you're supposed to do. You respond to 911 calls. Will she get a cookie for that? Managing crisis. How she got special certification in that? Show me. And knowledge of internal management. Internal management of what? A digestive system? Who worked within it. She has knowledge of internal management. She watched managers work. She never made sergeant. She flunked the sergeant's exam. Do you know that? Do you know that she didn't pass the sergeant's exam? Whatever your name is. Whatever any of your names are. Because I don't want to say your names because you might call your attorney. He said my name. You hear him? He said my name. He said my name. Say my name. Say my name. So your statement is fundamentally untrue. Bitch, your statement is fundamentally untrue. Alicia did not patrol West Willow for 10 years. West Willow doesn't have a Marine unit in it. She was employed by the Sheriff's Department from 12 to 22 with some time off. So when you calculate all the time that Alicia was actually employed by the Sheriff's Department, it was not a full 10 years. Maybe y'all don't know that. Let's start there. And to say that she patrolled West Willow for 10 years is a flat out fucking lie. Because you're standing 10 toes down on it. You do got 10 toes, don't you? You got 10 toes? You ain't them one of them hills have eyes motherfuckers, are you? You do have 10 toes, don't you, bitch? Says Alicia patrolled West Willow for 10 years. Give me the 10 years that she patrolled West Willow. I want to know the 10 years that she patrolled West Willow. From start to finish, give me the 10 years that she patrolled West Willow, motherfucker. Because she did not patrol West Willow for 10 years. So your shit is fundamentally untrue. How could she patrol West Willow for 10 years if she did 6 years in a car and she did 3 years, maybe, on the Marine unit part-time? And I ain't giving you a full 3 years if you only part-time. If you only working 10 to 20 hours a week. If you only open 20 hours a week, but a 40-hour work week is full-time, you only getting part-time, motherfucker. The fuck is wrong with y'all? But you did 10 years in West Willow? I want the 10 years. But you can't do it on the comments because you had Mark cut the comments off because you was acting up. But you bitch-made motherfuckers out here talking that cash shit with me, you fucked up. 10 years in West Willow? You should have deleted that shit before I got to it. Now it's etched in fucking stone forever because you can't get it off because Mark done took the comments off. You can't even delete the bitch now. Dummy. You fucking dummy. What you say, Doc? No need for the KKK. Just call the local on-call attorney who was retained by the county. Yeah. John Henry, I didn't come in here starting no shit, bruh. They started in me, man. You know what I'm saying? They started in me. But where the fuck is the proof now? Where is the proof now? 10 years in West Willow? Bitch, what? 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 Brother Ryan, what's good with you? Nah, Juan Calvachi. Well, regardless, my friend, that's 10 more years than other two candidates. Are you fucking crazy? Do you know who the other two candidates are? Yeah, one has no policing experience. He ain't never been a cop. He ain't never investigated no crimes. He ain't never arrested a motherfucker. But the other person, He was on the team that took down Pablo Escobar and other fucking international criminals, been chief of police in places, been executive police, over 33 years of experience. How old is Alicia? Juan Calvachi? Is Alicia 33 years old? No, she's not. He's done police work longer than she's been on the planet. That's the last time I'm going to tell you to stand down, bruh. This is getting embarrassing. You got to come with something factual. We do facts over here, bruh. That's why your comrades is in trouble. Don't come over here with that shit. 10 more years than the other two candidates. Are you crazy? What? He should be running for sheriff in Columbia. See? What you smoking? What you smoking, Juan Calvachi? Because I know you ain't smoking no cannabis. Cannabis don't do that to the brain. What you smoking over there? What you got? You ain't sitting on no boulders, are you? You sitting on boulders, Juan Calvachi? They on that subjective love. I guess so, bruh. I guess so. But I'm on that substantive love. If you ain't got no substance, you ain't got me. But Juan, you must be on that substance. You're not on that substance. You on that substance. You on that narcotic? You on that narcotic? Boy, what's wrong with you? You coming in here crazily. Back to the Post. You're incorrect. I said that. And then here we go. 8 replies. View 3 more replies. This is, okay, oh, this is what you put up. Okay, so here we go. Back here. Here we go, right here. This is what you put up. Bam. So I ain't gonna make y'all eyes squint. Let me just go ahead and get that and just pull that up. Fuck it. Here you go. Here you go. This is how they fundamentally fucked themselves too. By putting this up. This was dumb. This actually made their case worse. This made their case, what? How does that even matter? He doesn't know the community. He's born and raised in Ann Arbor, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you? He went to Ann Arbor Huron. He went to University of Michigan. He was a fucking chief of police at the University of Michigan. Where are you from, Juan Calvachi? Are you a fucking troll? I'm tired of you. What are you talking about? He has no experience in this country. Do you have any experience in this country, Juan Calvachi? Man, if you don't stop, you just oughta. The fuck is wrong with you? So they put this up. Law Enforcement Action Partnership, Advancing Justice and Public Safety Solutions. Deputy Sheriff Alicia Dyer, Washtenaw County Sheriff's Department, Ypsilanti, Michigan. This isn't recent, y'all. Deputy Alicia Dyer began her law enforcement career in 2012 with the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Department. Now, she didn't become a full-fledged deputy until 13, but this is basically when she started. She didn't get all of her shit in until 13, but I'm not going to split hairs with that because they said, she was rolling in a car, so just, give her that. Okay. She served as a youth resource officer and was responsible for managing community policing and family engagement strategies to deter youth crime. She helped implement the Washtenaw County Handle with Care initiative. I don't know what that is, which improved communication between law enforcement and the schools to help children impacted by trauma. Okay. She also assisted with the SURE program, Sisters United, Resilient, Empowered, a support group created to empower mothers with children in the criminal system. They've got numerous programs of that. Would they just made up a new acronym? Okay, anyway. Now, that's 2012. That's 2012. In 2020, she was accepted to a fellowship with the City of Detroit's Department of Civil Rights inclusion and opportunity, where she serves as the mayor's equity counsel and studies how policies such as cash bail affect poverty. And she was still a deputy? No. She was a part-time Marine unit person at that point. But she was over there moonlighting in Detroit. She wasn't devoting all of her time to Washtenaw County. How was she on 10 years? They said she was on 10 years in West Willow alone. West Willow alone, she was on 10 years. But I'm seeing 2020, she down in Detroit. She down there with Duggan. In 2020, she down there with Duggan. She down there, what's his name? Raphael? I think Benny. Benny died. Benny's still living. Now, Benny was still living in 2020, right? He hadn't got COVID yet. He was still around. In 2021, she became a research assistant with the University of Michigan School of Law and worked with treatment centers in Washtenaw County Jail, and local courts as a part of a National Science Foundation grant assessed in providing legal services, helps improve recovery outcomes for people in substance use treatment programs. So she's doing a whole lot of fucking work to be a full-time deputy over in West Willow. She over there in West Willow doing all this work? Or she couldn't have been, because she was down in Detroit doing that work. Or she was over at the University of Michigan doing that work. She holds a BS, I'll say, in criminology from Eastern Michigan University, a certificate from the University of Michigan Sanger Leadership Center. Sanger? Is that Margaret Sanger? Oh, we got to talk about that. Does she know who Margaret Sanger is? Does she know what Margaret Sanger did to black people? Okay. Yeah. I thought she holding it down for the black people because, you know, she's in a black sorority. Do they know she's a part of the Margaret Sanger program? Oh, if they do, they mammies, for real. And is currently attending the University of Michigan for dual MPP and MSW degrees. So this must have been before 2022 because she graduated, I thought, in 2022. And how she do all that stuff, and she was working full-time in the Willow. Inquiring minds want to know. Because ignorant ass minds don't know. Nah, we don't block nobody over here. We don't block nobody. We let them wallow in the mire. We let them wallow in the mire, Doc. We don't block nobody over here. We let them sit in it. He's sitting in the stew just like his friends with their covered faces. He's sitting in the stew just like them in the cow. Totally understood, Donald. Totally understood. You are a troll and can never go toe-to-toe with you. I'm not sure exactly what this is even about. I'm proving shit that I thought was actually public information, public knowledge. And then to have somebody tell me that she patrolled in West Willow for 10 years. No, she did not. Sorry, she didn't. Okay? No, she did not. They said they had the receipts, though. Watch. They said they had the receipts. Watch this. We ain't even got to the shit yet. Okay? We ain't even got to it. Let's keep going. Nice image. That's what I said. I'm going to save this for my live stream later today. See, I was supposed to go live yesterday and chronologically break down her 10 years of experience. I'll make sure I tag you, and we'll even throw you a link to the stream so that you can come on stage with your receipts, coupons, and cash. See you later. Feel free to continue mansplaining to me what I know for facts. I'm sure she'd love to come on your podcast and refute that. Send her. Sender. Return to sender. Yeah, probably not, but Eric Sturgis came in with. So I can say Eric's name. Eric don't mind if I say his name. Eric, don't call a lawyer on me, man. I already got enough attorneys running after me. They need to be chasing ambulances, but they chasing me. And I don't run fast. As a matter of fact, I don't fucking run. I'm right here every day. Read the Ann Arbor Independent Post that has the personal files that contain factual information. Thank you. And then they put up the Dyer Awards. They wanted to put up her awards. I guess that's on her website. Remember when everybody that had a website was like big business? You know, back in the day, if you had a business card, you was big business. Then it went to if you had a website, you was big business. Now, if you put some goddamn certificates on a website, now you are a highly credentialed law enforcement officer. Okay, aim higher, vote Dyer. Boy, I tell you, you motherfuckers are clever. You sound like my granddaughter. My granddaughter been learning her words. Aim higher, vote Dyer. A2 Indy chimed in. No candidate should ever lie, but we know they do. When candidates for office run, they often don't stick strictly to the facts about their experience and background. Think Congressman Santos. Politicians lie all the time about their educational achievements, experience, accomplishments, etc. That's why candidates can get fact-checked. The Free Press recently fact-checked every Michigan legislator about their educational achievements. Several were caught lying. When candidates for sheriff are not scrupulously honest, that's just as serious a problem. Both Derek Jackson and Alicia Dyer's public claims include falsehoods. Ken McGee's file and his claims on his website and his campaign literature, etc., are confirmed by records from the University of Michigan and the federal government. You see that, Juan Calvachi? He worked in the United States as well as out of the country, Juan Calvachi. Juan Calvachi. He doesn't need to be the sheriff in Columbia. He needs to be the sheriff of Washtenaw County. Dyer's personal file was obtained from the WCSO using FOIA. Her file doesn't corroborate her claims of having 10 years full-time patrol experience. Her file documents some patrol experience, but the majority of her experience with the WCSO is part-time experience as a Marine safety officer from 2012 to 2019. Now, she did that. That's technically wrong. She was a patrol officer from 2012 to 2019. And she had some sabbatical time. She took some time off. You know, there was some times that she left the department. A lot of people probably don't know that, but they know about the awards. People think that she worked 10 years in the West Willow, but they don't know that she took time off. But they know about the awards. There were also awards and disciplinary reports. Yeah, do y'all know about the disciplinary reports? Do y'all know about her flunking the sergeant's exam? She didn't have stripes. Not able to attach public records here, so anyone who wants these public records can obtain them from the WCSO using FOIA or email editor@Ann Arbor Independent. How many of y'all emailed her? How many of y'all emailed the editor of Ann Arbor Independent? None. Alicia Dyer also could provide a copy of her personal file to curious voters and or post it on her campaign website for download. Eric Sturgis, Ann Arbor Indy, thank you for doing this. Research is imperative that we have a sheriff that we can trust, one that we know is transparent. Sounds to me like Ken McGee is the candidate. Oh, shit. Here comes 13 replies. There's 8 more replies. All the research you have to do on Dyer is on her website because she's upfront about it. God damn. I mean, I guess after you look at this, because I wasn't commenting at this point. I mailed it in. I told him I'll see him on the stream. I wasn't going to sit there and go back and forth with motherfuckers after I told him. It's like me talking to my kids. Once I tell you something, I'm done. I don't need to keep telling your ass over and over. I'm going to tell you once and we're done. So the information that Ann Arbor Independent got through FOIA is incorrect. You can't make this shit up. The information gotten through FOIA is incorrect. How is it incorrect? It's FOIA. It's her personal file. So the sheriff's department doesn't have the correct information? Really? Y'all something else out here, man. See, I didn't even see some of these comments. I left the shit alone and never even went back and looked at it again. Somebody had to call me and tell me that they had cut the comments off. I'm like, really? It got greasy like that up in there? They was talking shit like that? He's like, man, they cut the comments off. You can't say shit now. I'm like, oh, wow. I've been a part of a lot of posts where comments were shut off. And I was one of the main instigators, but I didn't have nothing to do with this. See what y'all white folks do when y'all get together, when I leave y'all alone? See what y'all do? Y'all got the shit cut off. Mark Hergott said, I'm done with this shit. I'm sick of y'all. Watch. I haven't seen it, but what A2 India is claiming is inconsistent with the verified awards. A2 India is not a news source. What are they? A comic book? What are they? Her thousands of fucking subscribers would probably say different. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all on that narcotic. Y'all on something. They are actually a news source that has won awards. That's true. They are an award-winning news source, credible news source, documented news source. The information she has is from the sheriff's department where Alicia worked. I would consider that information accurate. Sorry to bust your bubble. Eric Sturgis, my bubble isn't burst because I'm not the one living in one. They haven't won as many awards as they want you to believe. Nothing even remotely prestigious or easily found. It's just fodder for the void that is the internet. What the fuck is that? Can I like that? I want to laugh at that. I don't want to like it. I want to laugh at it. What is that? I too once believed their stories, but if you dig deeper, you'll find that much of their content cannot be verified. What? A2 Independent wouldn't exist if they didn't have proof. Now, I don't agree with 100% of the shit that is published, but I do know this. If there's something that's incorrect and something that is inflammatory or slanderous, they can be sued. Their publication can be stopped. How come nobody's done that? Time's up. What proof do you have that they are not reputable? They have won multiple awards from the SBJ and are nominated for a Pulitzer for local investigative reporting. Why are you acting like Donald Trump? For the SBJ awards, you have to literally dig through the SBJ website for it. Also, literally anyone could have nominated them. They probably nominated them. Oh my God. Also, no name calling. That is, I think she wanted to say out of line, but she says our line. You're right. Hour of line. Mark, this is when they call Mark. See when they call Mark. Now it's getting sensitive. They call Mark. I'm a laugh at this one. This is when Mark got called. Mark, the same Mark that was in here, y'all. I am not name calling. I am describing how you are acting. Big difference. Because he called her Donald Trump. What if he had called her Ivanka Trump? Would that have been better? I don't know. The bottom line is they have SBJ awards, correct? And still, that is an impressive nomination. It's not impressive if anyone can nominate them. LMAO. There they go with that acronym shit. Phew. You really drink that Kool-Aid, huh? Ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Speaking of the kettle, they made me cover up their faces. I got emails from them and from the attorney. Cover up their faces. You cover up their faces, man. But I didn't cover up the cow's face. You can bully me, but I'm not going to get bullied by a cow. Please don't let me find out where that cow's at either. Because although I don't eat meat, I'll make sure that that cow is on somebody's dinner table for Christmas. Trust me. Do they need biscuits? If they need biscuits, I'll give them biscuits. I'll give them biscuits. You know I'll give them biscuits.
But a milk biscuits, I enjoy it.
Yeah, they'll get biscuits. Them words is only verified because they on the website. They probably got Office Max on the back of them. It was copied from somebody else's shit. Who knows? Awards. Really? I got a Heisman Trophy over in the corner. You think I won it? Oh, sweetie, how do you know they nominated themselves? I would be careful with the libel and slander. The fact that they got the awards and were nominated are impressive to me. Better than someone else just saying this is it. I said probably. Oh, now they're doing the little word salad. I said probably. Ha. I said probably. Can't get me for slander because I said probably. I didn't say did. I said probably. I said maybe. Possibly. I hate that little kitty stupid shit. That's why I don't play a game. Y'all don't see me in none of this shit. Y'all don't see me in none of these comments. I wasn't going to be a part of this bullshit. Check your facts and take that sweetie and shove it because that's demeaning. How is sweetie demeaning? What's wrong with you females out here in 2023? Somebody calls you sweetie and it's demeaning? What the fuck is wrong with you? If you got a vagina, you're subjected to be called sweetie by me. And I don't care if you like vagina or not. I call people ma'am, miss, sweetie. It's not demeaning. It's called being kind, congenial. So if I call you bitch, then you mad about that too? Harlot? Charlatan? Ho? What you want me to call you? You obviously have no inkling of what professional real journalism looks like, and for that, I pity you. Oh, Jesus. Professional journalism and A2 Independent is be careful with defamation and slander. Don't want you to get sued like others. Yeah, like y'all trying to do me. Sometimes the facts hurt. Ken McGee is the most experienced candidate. Excuse me if I shook the camera there. In the sheriff's race, and no one can dispute that. Serving 6.5 years and never having been on patrol does not qualify for you to be sheriff. He's talking about both candidates at that point. When he says 6.5 years, he's talking about Alicia's experience in the car and then never been on patrol. He's talking about Derek Jackson, the other candidate, because he's never been shit but the community engagement officer and a social worker. I agree with Alicia, maybe the nicest candidate, but we are hiring top cop law enforcement official, and I want someone who has walked the walk and talked the talk. Vote Ken McGee for sheriff. Good for you, Eric. Kept it above board. Now, this is when Alicia Dyer, who is running for sheriff, came on. For anyone who is interested, I have always been honest about my experience and information you're sharing should be accurate to avoid misleading voters. That's what I mean. Yeah. People deserve options. That's what democracy is all about. She sounds a little Joe Biden-ish here. Sounds a little Joe Biden-ish. Joe Biden always want to talk about democracy, but don't want to give every American democracy. But they also deserve transparency. Yeah, we do. For anyone questioning my work as a deputy sheriff, please check out the awards on my awards page. See, how come y'all want to go to the awards page? Can't we just go to the personal file page? Put the personal file page, a personal file link on your website, Alicia. and let all of your constituents, your supporters, and your diehards look at that. Don't nobody need to see your awards. You know, I'm going to put my backdrop. I'm going to put a Grammy Award behind me. I'm going to put an American Music Award behind me and a Heisman Trophy. Oh, I'll put an Oscar behind me too. They'll all be fake. They'll all be fake awards, but I'll have them behind me and people be like, damn, I didn't know you won a Grammy. Like, yeah, man, you see it, don't you? You see that motherfucker, don't you? Damn, I didn't know you won the Heisman. Dog, you see the Heisman, don't you? Believe that it's there. If you believe that it's there and it's in my studio, you know who must have won it. Come on, man. These awards themselves validate the accuracy of statements regarding my experience. You can find these at, yeah, we know, Dyer.com awards. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure why this report claims I served as Marine deputy for an extended period of time, but I spent 10 years as a deputy sheriff. No, no, no. You spent 2012 to 2022 with some time off in between. You was only on the road for 6.5 years, and you were part-time Marine unit for a couple years, which you really don't get full-time credit for that because it's only a couple years part-time. I'll give you 3 full years of Marine unit, but if it was part-time, you're only getting 1.5 years. I'm not giving you a full 3 years just because you was on paper. Hell, just because I know how to sell cars, I don't work at a car dealership. I can't say that I'm a car salesman. Just because I know how to cook and I've owned restaurants before, I can't say I'm a restaurateur when I don't have a restaurant to cook in right now. If you do it, you get credit for it. If you don't do it, you don't get credit for it. That's the work we do around here, Miss Dyer. The majority of my career was a fully sworn road patrol deputy, and I also spent a few years as Marine deputy, part-time. I responded to and investigated a wide range of cases, including homicides, you were not a detective, domestic violence, embezzlement, and more. The bulk of my time in law enforcement was devoted to policing Eastern Washtenaw County. Yeah, 10 years in West Willow from what we hear. You did 10 full years in West Willow from what we hear. 10 years, West Willow. I have no interest in fabricating these experiences. No, your supporters do that well enough. And I have the evidence to support what I am saying. The evidence proves the claims in this thread about my time as a Marine deputy are false. She was wrong, and I corrected that right here. She was not a deputy. She was not a Marine deputy from 2012 to 2019. She only did that for a few years part-time. The bulk of the time that she was on the staff at the WCSO, she was a patrol, about 6.5 years, not 10 years, not 10 years in West Willow, as stated earlier. I am serious about my integrity, and I have never lied about the work I do. I wouldn't be running for sheriff if it wasn't for my experience patrolling Washtenaw County as a road patrol deputy. Oh, so if that's the extent of your policing experience, there's no supervisory experience, no executive level experience, you've had no subordinates under you whatsoever, how are you going to run this county? I responded when our children have been shot and killed. So have I. So have I. I've sat and talked to the mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters. When people are harmed by an abused partner. What about their abused father? Because I know you fuck with Nate Frazier. You fuck with Nate heavy. That's your boy. You got several pictures of him with him online. A flat out pedo. Yeah, a flat out pedo. That's your boy. Anybody running for sheriff shouldn't be hanging out with pedos talking about that you help kids that have been abused. Why? By hanging around an abuser? Tighten up. When someone's home was broken into, been to overdoses where I had to use Naxalone to save someone's life. Yeah, I saw your training experience. You got a certification for learning how to use that. I saw that in your personal file. So I know you're certified to use that. Is that one of your awards on your website too? These experiences serving as a road patrol deputy made me who I am today. a certified Naxalone administrator? Okay. And why I care so much about this role. Support the candidate you want, but don't lie about someone being or not being law enforcement officer. Who lied? Besides you and your people. Spreading misinformation only hurts our community. No. Spreading misinformation hurts the person who spreads the misinformation. I've not spread any misinformation, so I'm not hurt at all. People deserve to know the truth. And then she thanked this individual. She thanked her. She thanked her and others for alerting me to this. Yeah, she thanked her. Okay. Oops, I got out of that post. Dang, I didn't want to do that. Oops. Hold on a second. Bam, I got to get back in that post. I sent it to you, right, Free? Yeah. Here we go. There we go. I messed up. I didn't want to get all the way out that post. I want to stay in that thing. Okay, so we want to go view more comments. No, we don't want that. What's that? Oh. Get out of there, Free. Why is that like that? Oh, I can't see the top. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, close that down. There we go. There we go. Let's get this back up. There we go. Comments. All the comments. And let's get all the way back down here. Is this where she? Yeah. Okay. Next. I replied. This is where I publicly replied. I had no problem with publicly replying. I had no problem with it. Where is that? Uh-oh. There we go. No, damn well she had no verified awards. Who verified them? A2ND is the only what? Actual investigative journalist in Michigan. He said, keep mama out. Corn Pop was a bad dude. Look, John Henry, you're not going to come in with any foolishness throwing the room off. Why so focused on awards and not on the education and experience? What's really going on? This is what I'm trying to say. I'm not here for the bullshit. I'm here for the real shit. And when they kept coming at me this way, I just kept bobbing and weaving. So we're going to get off of this. And we're going to get back into this. I feel like Don Cornelius. We're going to stop with this. And we're going to start with this. All right. So where is the post? Damn. How do I keep losing the post? Okay. Is that it? Are we on it now? Here we go. Use this one. Is that right? I done messed up. Hold on a second, y'all. So this is the one I want right here. There we go. Share this tab instead. There we go. All right. I got kind of jacked up there. I need to close out some of these tabs. Hold on, because I'm getting confused here. Are we back there with the post? Is that me and Kenny at the top? There it is. All right. And let me get rid of that one because I think that was what was screwing me up. All right. I think I'm there. So let's go on back down. Let's get back in this thing. Comments. We want them all. We want them all. And she said what she said, and I responded. Let's make sure I'm up on it. Am I right there? Okay, here we go. Now we're back to normal. Sister Cynthia, Dr. Cynthia Audiemi, thank you for coming through tonight. No, you got to get up early. We almost done here because this is pretty much almost over. But I owe it to everybody that's here to go through these comments one by one. Not to be petty, but to be petty. Because anybody that tells me one thing, it better be truthful. And you try to hold me to a standard and not want to be held to that standard, no, we're going to stay on task. We're going to stay focused. But I appreciate you as always, sis, coming through. I think our next segment needs to come up sooner than later. So I appreciate you coming through tonight and being a part of the chat and defending your brother. You defend your brother when you be up in here. I appreciate you. You and Freebie on the bookends thing. I appreciate you. I don't let nobody mess with the villager. I appreciate you. So, so this is my response to Alicia Dyer. The mere fact that you got on this post to campaign is ethically wrong. And I take total offense to it. I never said anything specifically about you or your other opponent. My post was to support the sheriff candidate that I support. So you taking offense to it the same way that your minions did, as to say that I'm fabricating or misleading anyone by saying that you have minimal experience in comparison to the candidate that I support, is shallow, immature, bush league, and speaks volumes to where you are mentally as a sheriff candidate for this county. And I didn't mean that to demean her, but that's where I was. I've never spoken a negative word publicly about you because I never had to. But I am going to carry out, as I said, I would, to your supporters and break down your lineage of experience as a law enforcement officer so that they can be shown factually what you've done out here for the last 11 years. Good day. Shannon, I didn't say anything about you. I'm not talking about what was published about me in the other comments. My name was used, and I'm clearing up the misinformation and providing proof to clear it up. I know, the awards. She came here to defend herself against inaccuracy. Yeah, yours. Freedom of speech, buddy. That's condescending right there. Don't you call me buddy. That is condescending. That is demeaning. I'm not your buddy. You don't call me buddy. What do you think this is? See how that sounds? You call me buddy. He called you sweetie. You see how that sounds when I don't like being called buddy? Don't you call me buddy. Alicia didn't take offense. She just wants to make sure that the facts are straight. You yourself claim you would pick apart her years of service, and now you berate Alicia Dyer for giving you the information you need to do that. Oof. Oof. Didn't Jackie Gleason used to say oof? I remember like that in Smokey and the Bandit or some shit. Oof. Sherry Hall. Alicia Dyer, thank you for your upfront personal info. What upfront personal info? She said go to her awards page so you can see her trophies. Sherry Hall, do you want her personal file? Do you want her personal file, Sherry Hall? Sherry, I appreciate it and hope it helps others make their decision, as voting at every level is most important. Okay, whatever. Mark Hergott. Okay, this thing is going off the rails. Comments closed. See that? See how y'all fucked up? Y'all fucked up. Mark had to cut the comments off on y'all. That's what happens. Mark had to cut the comments off. Batman would say, oof. See, I'm not a Batman guy. I was just talking about the Comic-Con stuff, you know? I'm not like a Batman guy, you know? But I get it. I get it. But she said, oof. You know? And I had to make sure that I said it correct because her attorney's on my ass. And I didn't want to say poof. I didn't want to say roof. I didn't want to say toof. I had to say oof. Because if I didn't say oof, he was going to rain down on me. Boy, you motherfuckers is something else. So Mark had to cut the comments off, y'all. He had to cut the comments off. They got so slick and greasy in there. He had to cut the comments off. He was like, enough of this shit. I'm sick of y'all asses. Cutting the comments off. But hey, Mark came up in here tonight and broke bread with us. So I must not be too bad of a guy. You know, and I told him I'd be good. I told him I'd be actual factual. That's me. I don't fabricate shit. I don't embellish shit. I don't make nothing up. Y'all just don't like the way I say it. I guess because I be mansplaining. Let me just tell y'all something. Y'all in that kettle. And y'all don't like being in that kettle. I get it. That kettle is hot. Oh, it's too hot, too hot, too hot. Can I call you lady? Are you a lady? Are you a lady? I'm not talking about the cow. I'm talking about the other three cows. You come on my shit being disrespectful, then being disrespectful to people that I talk to. And all I did was made a polite post about me and another individual that y'all didn't really know. Juan Calvachi didn't know. Where Juan's ass at? Where Juan go? Juan, where you at, dog? Where you at? Calvachi. Calvachi. Where you at, Juan? You still here? You ain't saying as much as you was saying before, dog. You want the file, dog? You want the file? I don't need to look at the awards page on Alicia's site. I got her personal file from the county. Now, y'all want to look at .coms? Nah. I want to look at dotted I's and crossed T's from WCSO. Yeah, he got problems now. He got big problems. He over here eating biscuits of Dyer. And it's a dry ass biscuit too. It's a dry biscuit. That's why he gotta dip his biscuit in the stew. Get some of that Dyer gravy. Get some of that Dyer gravy.
Buttermilk biscuits, I enjoy it.
See, that's what the problem is. You trying to eat that Dyer biscuit dry. You can't eat that Dyer biscuit dry. If you call her lady, you better run for shelter or run for shade. That's what I'm saying. Oh, it's too hot, too hot, too hot, lady. I'm calling my lawyer. You called me a lady. Better run for shelter. Better run for shade.
Buttermilk biscuits, I enjoy it.
Don't call her no lady. Don't call her no lady. You gonna run for shade, I'm telling you. But see, this is the mess y'all made. Y'all running for shade because this is the mess y'all made. Mark had to cut the comments off on y'all asses. He had to cut the comments off. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all got to the point where he had to cut the comments off on y'all. Y'all niggas something else. And don't just think that word is for black people. Yeah, I know you heard Katt Williams say it earlier. Yeah, if you was here earlier, Katt Williams said it several times in them skits that I played. But y'all know I call y'all niggas too. Y'all Caucasian folk. I call Asian people niggas. I call Latino people niggas. I call Arabic people niggas. I call Indian people niggas. Yeah, you're not just gonna put that shit on us. I can use it as a term of endearment or an insult just because I feel like it. Just because I feel like it. Y'all got it twisted out here, man. Y'all got it really, really twisted out here. And what I did today was just broke down just how twisted you got it. Shout out to Ypsilanti Police Chief Kirk Moore. Shout out to him, bro. For real. I like the way he sounded. I like the way he sounded. In a year, I'd like to say, I like the way he working. No diggity. But if he don't get Ipsy together, y'all got to know, I'm not going to say that about old Kirk. Oh, no. You just don't get that you just don't get that just because you get that. You know what I'm saying? You just don't get that because you get that. And the way I see it, if Kirk gets in there and does his thing, if he gets in there and does his thing, I could really see some good things happening for Tucky. I could see it. I could see it. I really could. But if we're going to have people in here like we've had Juan Calvachi, or what's the other individuals' names? Oh, I can't say their names because they're going to call the law. They going to call the law. Yeah, you don't want them to call the law. They can't call the law. Y'all simple as hell. Y'all do understand that, right? Y'all simple. You simple as fuck. The fact that, and let me see, I'm looking for something else here. Hold on one second. Before I get out of here, I want to do something else. Before I get out of here. Give me one quick second. I know y'all just looking at that. Yo, you still live? Yeah, I'm still here. He cut the comments, man. He cut the comments, free. And I wasn't a part of it. Got to be proud of me for being there, but not being a part of the rigmarole. I wasn't a part of the madness. I really wasn't. I really tried to stay out of it, man. I tried to stay out of it. You know? I did. I tried to stay out of the mess. I didn't think it needed me in there. Let me see where we at here. I think I'm in the wrong space. Oh, this is it right here, I think. Hold on one second. There we go. There we go. Yeah, what I'm going to be doing here, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be breaking things down like this more often. More often. Okay? So you got to understand, I'm not going to be nice anymore. I feel like being nice doesn't work. It doesn't work. Brother Emmanuel, what's good with you? And when you get people to come on your platform, whether it be just, you posting things, or actually on my live stream, they started out greasy as fuck. Where's P Fields at? Where is P Fields at? P Fields was here. P Fields was greasy as fuck earlier. Where did P Fields go? Huh? Where P Fields at? I need to know where P Fields is at. P Fields is in here greasy as fuck. And all of a sudden, P Fields stopped talking. Sandy stopped talking. And then they sent what's his name? Juan Calderon. They sent him in here. Where Juan at? Juan, you still in here? Juan. Sandy. P. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Y'all came in here with all the power. No knowledge, but you have power. And all I wanted to say was, come on, man. Just give me an opportunity to show you the light. I wanted to show you the light. And y'all didn't want to be shown the light. What's y'all demographic? What's y'all demographic? Because y'all act like y'all don't understand what I be saying sometimes. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I'm trying to find something real quick. Hold on one second. Because I think I might have a... Hold on one second. No, I don't want that. I don't want that one. I think I might have found something. Could y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that music? Who's still in here? Y'all hear that music? They winning? Man, y'all gonna win it again. I don't need nobody winning no more until the Tigers win. Shit. I need the Tigers winning. I need the Tigers winning, dog. Hold on a second. Did y'all hear that music? Where is that? Okay. Something's going on here. Something's going on. There's something I want to play, but I don't know if I can find it because I don't believe I've ever played it on this. I don't think I've ever played it. But y'all not hearing that music though? Okay, good. Good. I don't want y'all to hear it. I want it in queue because I want to make sure that I can bring it up. Hold on one second. Why is that not? I thought that was the song right there. Wait a minute. This might be it. I might just not be playing it. Let me play this again. There it is. There we go. All right. So let me see if I could actually download this track. I'll leave and come back in. I hear a little bit. No. You probably shouldn't have heard it. So don't think that I was playing something that I really didn't want you to hear it. Don't sweat it. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure it comes in. Let me see if I can make sure it comes in. If I can get this, I think I might have it. Boy, she said, is this your first day on the internet? She's something else. I don't know which one it was. I don't know which one of them heifers it was. But she said, is this your first day on the internet, nigga? She was a rude little cuss. Why did it have to be my first day on the internet? I don't know why it had to be my first day on the internet. I'll tell you what, though. Are they still in here? Are they in here? Has anybody seen them? Has anybody seen them? Have you seen Yeah, did you hear that? Let me explain something to you. I said it earlier in the stream. If you come into King, you bet not miss. Now, I think this has been a great stream. Many people are going to say no. Some people are going to say no information here, nothing to see here. Just go look at her awards page on her website. Fuck that personal file that fat motherfucker was talking about. Fuck what A2 Independent was talking about. Fuck what Washington County Sheriff's Office is talking about. Just go to her awards page and that'll tell you everything you need to know about Alicia. And I told you, I wasn't here to throw shade on Alicia tonight. But it had to come her way just because of the people that she should have told to stand down. When that chick said she worked 10 years in West Willow, where the Marine unit at in West Willow? You were fundamentally and factually wrong. But you didn't want to walk that back. So if you don't want to walk it back, I'm going to walk it back for you. And Chief Moore, good dude. We're going to talk more on Chief Moore, I'm sure. Katt, thanks for the reparations talk. We just got to just clean it up a little bit. As for them scammers, we ain't even going to talk about them no more. But since we can't really play too hot, what I'm going to do, because I'm a villager, right? Y'all know I'm a villager. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a song from the village. I supported these brothers. I used to buy cases. You hear me? I didn't buy them by the singles. I bought cases of their CDs. Their box was about this long, about this yay tall of CDs. I had them in my truck, and I'm just driving around handing them out back in the day. I'd buy cases of them, right? Rest in power to our brother Carl Hosey. He was quite instrumental into the legacy of urban black poets. I know ain't no urban black poets listening here tonight, but I'm going to tell the motherfuckers to listen. You might not want to listen to the whole 3 hours and 29 minutes, but listen to the last 5 minutes, motherfucker. Show you how I represented, motherfucker. How I've always represented, motherfucker. Yeah, because that's who I am. I represent for my village, in my village, because I am the village. The villager on deck. So it's been good, y'all. I appreciate you up in here tonight doing your thing. Checking out the message. Everybody that came through tonight Peace. Sister Cynthia already dipped. Brother Williams, you dipped and came back. Trey Lincoln, I know you came through. Brother Ryan came through. John Henry. And to all the naysayers. Did I forget anybody? Brother Emmanuel came here late because he watching the baseball game. God damn it. He got a baseball game to watch. Brother Donald LaFloria. I got to throw some love to him. He's becoming a loyal villager on deck. But yes, to the naysayers, appreciate y'all coming through too. Brother Calvin, man, how I forget Brother Calvin, and he was the first to comment tonight. He was the first to comment. Well, outside of Free, Free here first generally. She first through the door. She's like Charlie Mack. She first out the limo. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. We put 3:30 in this bitch tonight. I know some people going to be like, man, that's so boring. That's so boring. Yeah, fuck you. You probably going to say this is boring too. But I ain't going to get no copyright strike on this motherfucker because this motherfucker right here, hell, I should be getting points off this bitch. As many CDs as I bought, as many cases I bought to try to help these brothers get out. Yeah. You ever heard of the Urban Black Poets? You ever heard of them?
Yeah, rappers stepping to me. They want to get some, but I'm the cat, so yo, you know the outcome.
Rappers stepping to me, gang,
They want to get some, but I'm the creeper, so yo, you know the outcome.
Rappers stepping to me. They want to get some, but I'm the cat, so yo, you know the outcome.
Rappers stepping to me. They want to get some, but I'm the creeper, so yo, you know the flow.
Who want to see me act a fool? Grab the mic and broadcast like the 6 o'clock news. Reaching my peaks when I excite the crowd. And MCs get dealt with quick for crying out loud. I packed a little something every rump of your sons. Back happy in the house, I'll show your MC some love. My slow flow keeps you on the go like no dose. Plus, I'm your doctor on call for the down low. It's just the like thing that functions what I bring. Like Mary J sang, I got real love for this game. Yeah. Never coming lame, I'm in the streets, not peak. What time is it? Time to play for keeps. Check it out, I'm coming with that soul sonic force, of course. Running rugged like a thoroughbred horse. Got my torch in my hand like I'm starting the Olympics. Microphone stays on fire cause I'm gifted. Terrific. I still got juice like high C. Plus I'm funking up your liver like 2 quarts of OD. So knock knock, who is it? It's your fat MC. Once again, ready to bounce down these roads and streets. Yeah, fill my cup up, fool. And let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slip and slide. Yeah, and like niggas be cool. Like niggas be cool. Fill my cup up, fool. And let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slip and slide. Yeah, like niggas be cool. Like niggas be cool.
I don't know the first thing about economics. All I know is chronic don't be growing on trees. So if you want to live fat, then you must stack G's. So I make my bacon from breaking them seeds. You can't get with these, so you freeze at 32 degrees. Please let the rhymes ease your mind, but the cuts make you bleed. Tracks be on flat like my dime bags of weed. I got what you need. The urban black poets in the house to get it going on. It don't stop, it won't stop till the break it down. Break it down, bring it on. Nigga go for strong. For all that shit you talking, I'ma cut out your tongue. Shouldn't have been talking to me wrong. Fat cats got my back, yeah, it's like that, it's on. So who's talking shit? Who won the battle? Sometimes I rattle like a snake or like a baby's toy. Smoke a dime, then recline like a lazy boy. I bring you joy like Anita Baker. I'm from the acre, let me take you on another caper. But don't forget your blunt papers, fool. You best to blaze up or raise up. Fill my cup up, fool. And let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slip and slide. Yeah, and like niggas be cool. Like
niggas be cool.
And let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Just ride, glide, slip and slide.
Let's ride, ride, slippity slide.
Microphone check, biggity back on the set. Like lights, camera, action. What's happening? Nothing but the same old. Showing off my mic control. MC trying to duplicate the hate.
If there's anybody else out here fucking with me on this podcast, please call them up.
Down the road to the riches, 40 ounce in my lap, a pocket full of raps, some dice on the back seat, and all they show is craps. It's the slick Rick the ruler, it's a teenage love. Every time I see a Philly and crack open a blunt. Every time I see the microphone, I'm dropping the funk. And every time I hear a phony rap, I'm dropping the punk. That's how it goes for the 9-0s. Can't hear no lame hoes. I said I'm on my dresser with my keys and let the can go. Fat cats coming to a theater near you. So check the local listen, cause I'm this a whack crew. Yeah,
fill my cup up, fool. and let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slip and slide, yeah. And like niggas be cool, like niggas be cool.
Like niggas be cool.
And let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slip and slide. And like niggas be cool. Yeah, who got the skills? Who got the skills? Niggas know my name cause I got game like Grant Hill. So chill, cause I will fill you in on the scoop. Yo, played out Grant Hill, played out like troops. Oops. Another stupid rapper got cute. Now I'ma have to him up like a bell-bottom suit. Boy, you know you're destined to be another fallen rapper who be resting in peace by the power that's invested in me. I declare everybody in the house scream out, oh yeah, oh yeah. One more time if you ain't scared, oh yeah. That's what I wanna hear. If you're down with the click, stick a pick in your hair, flick your bick in the air. MC stare but don't glare because they know that HBP will break you down with the flow. Them niggas ain't no hoes. Now I suppose you black nigga rolls wanna see the pros, freak the funk before we close. Fire up a blunt full of droves, but yo don't choke. MCs be getting lost in the smoke, so don't try to approach me. This lame brain, he got burned up in the flames, now he's toasty. MCs I roast 3, so I hope the rest will pay attention very closely. Do not provoke me, fill my cup up full, and let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slippity slide, and like niggas be cool.
Like niggas be cool.
And let's blaze up the weed to the old school. Let's ride, glide, slippity slide, and like niggas be cool. I got rhythm,
like niggas be cool. Rhythm and rhyme. Rhythm and motherfucking rhyme. Got rhythm and rhyme. Rhythm and rhyme. Rhythm and motherfucking rhyme.
Rhythm and motherfucking rhymes. You know we got rhythm and rhymes. Rhythm and rhymes. Rhythm and motherfucking rhymes.
Man, I know about that. Urban black poets. They was this close, y'all. They should have been the next best thing. But as you say, that's show business. Not my business, not your business. That's show business. Appreciate y'all. I'll be back in this thing probably tomorrow sometime. I got a whole slideshow to kick off, but I didn't even do it tonight. We ain't gonna do that tonight. I ain't gonna put 4 hours in this mug. I feel like almost like I did a radio show in this thing tonight. Because I can do that. Because I'm good like that. Fill my cup up, fool. We can blaze it to the old school. See, I couldn't play too hot because they gave me a copyright strike. But I had something that was hotter than too hot. It was hotter than too hot. When they did that sample, that should have been the first single. This should have been the single to bring them out. They was playing it on the radio. We was getting airplay in the city. Just never went over, man. Never went over. They need to have a behind the music for them. Because they had a whole lineage of music that they really one night maybe we'll play their album one night. Maybe we'll get in here and play their album one night. You know, I had dudes hitting me up when I was playing stuff online before years back. And he was like, man, was that the Urban Black Poets? And I'm like, what do you know about the Urban Black Poets? DJs in other countries have their album. Because the shit was way ahead of its time. It was way ahead of its time. But man, y'all be good out here. Be safe. Take care of each other. Appreciate y'all taking care of me. And I'm gonna tell you, if they keep coming at me again, I'm in here, man. I'm in here, and I'm not bullying nobody. I'm not down talking nobody. But you not gonna keep spouting out false shit and then trying to put it off on me. I'm going to always say the same motherfucking thing. Always. The truth. The truth. That's where I'm at. So the next person that comes up to me with some bullshit,
your ass is next.
One love.
Your ass is next.
I want to see a dead body.
Need to reintroduce myself.
I had to see you a little earlier, but you weren't on.
Hold up.